This is gonna be a really cool project that I've been looking forward to, and I decided let's do it now. And yeah, we're gonna just talk about Digimon pretty much the whole time, but I'm gonna be pretty alcoholed up. You know how people talk when they get passionate about a subject while under the influence of alcohol? They tend to go pretty ham. So I feel like this is a pretty fun way to do so. Talk about Digimon, why I love it, and you know, explain it to people who may not know what it is, or even just people who know what it is and just want to see a drunken person talk about it. You know, so hell yeah! Cheers, guys. Hell yeah, brother. Alright, I've prepared no script. Just letting you know, no script involved. We are going to be doing off the cuff talking, basically. But I do have a list of things, of like topics, but I don't have any like long form words written down or anything. So, yeah. So let me get that out. Let me grab this piece of notage I have written down. Cool. So, yeah, I got all my Digimon stuff ready for you guys. And the first thing is, what is Digimon? And that is a very easy question, but also a hard question at the same time. Easy because it is essentially just another monster raising game, monster collector, kind of like Pokemon. I'm going to make a lot of callbacks to Pokemon. Because it's like the easiest series to compare and contrast to. So you'll be hearing a lot of me talking about Pokemon as well, just to compare and contrast for you guys, because Pokemon is obviously the most popular of the two. But yeah, just like Pokemon, you just collect and raise monsters, right? That's just the basics. But it goes a little deeper than that. Definitely. It goes deeper in terms of it's not just creatures in the real world. They're digital data creatures inside technology and computers, which is really neat, you know? I think that's cool. You know, it's not your typical like real animal Darwinism evolution is Yo, what's up, Hazard? Uh-oh, Stinky. That was indeed a big stinky you made, sir. Welcome into the shit. Oh my god. Man, I forgot I have all the alerts on, so I'm gonna be getting a lot of those probably, so just letting you know, guys. But yeah, it's digital monsters that are living inside computers, basically. And I think that's really neat compared to the Darwinism aspect of Pokemon, where you have evolution and, you know, like it just like makes sense. You know, they kind of just slightly change, but in Digimon, it's data, so you can be whatever the fuck you want, basically, depending how you raise them. So I think that's really neat. You can make a fucking Digimon that looks a certain way, Digivolve to something completely different because your stats are different, or because certain aspects of its raising process were different. So I think that's really neat. What up, buddy? It's going good, man. I'm having a good one. I hope you're doing well too, man. Yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to ask them, or if you want me to talk about something specifically, I will do my best to do so. Yeah, that's the gist of Digimon. They're digital creatures in the computer that you raise and you capture. Well, not capture, but I don't know. You like collect them, I guess you could say, right? In the games, at least. Digimon is kind of confusing too, because that brings me to another topic, the anime, which is so different from the video games. The anime has a whole different deal, and each season's different, except for like the first two. For some reason, the first two have a continuity, but the rest kind of just are in their own little worlds. Like, Digimon Adventure 1 and 2 are the only connected ones I can say from the anime. And I think that's cool, I like that. But I do enjoy the separate stories they tell in the rest of the animes. Like, Like, if you've ever seen Tamers, pretty top tier stuff. Super dark compared to the other 2 seasons, but it's super cool. Like, season 3 is when I kind of stopped watching, unfortunately, because no Agumon equals that's no longer Digimon. Back when I was a kid, at least. So I kind of was like, nah, I don't want to watch it anymore. There's no Agumon, I don't give a shit. But that's me as a kid. But now that I'm grown older, it's obviously a little different story. But anyway, Tamers is pretty cool. They have the whole origin in Digimon pretty much in that of how they became to be, which is a bunch of computer scientist nerd friends got together and we're working on a program to make Digimon like a little kids game of some sort. I feel I'm not sure if I got that correct to the full extent, but I know they were creating Digimon back in like the 80s when computers were becoming more accessible and whatnot to people. What do you think of the theory that Mon is the file extension of a Digimon like Agu.mon and such? Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that was a theory, to be fair. But that is cool. You know, it's a cool idea. I think it's cool. But at the same time, I think it's already been done in like megaman.exe. I think, right? Something like that. So I don't know how it would fare as an extension of Digimon's lore, or even just another like thing of Digimon, an aspect of Digimon of some sort. But I don't know. I like the idea, but I don't know if it really matters to people if another thing's done it first, like megaman.exe and stuff like that. You know, because I think Mega Man's been around longer, right? But, you know, that might not matter to certain people. So, you know, it could be cool. I haven't really heard about that being the case in any of the media I consumed personally, but I like the theory. I will say that. Digimon Battle Network when? What the fuck? What is that again? I don't remember. Is that a mobile game? Alright, well, anyway, while video is elaborating, I'll continue my story with Tamers. Oh, he got back to me. Mega Man Battle Network is the EXE thing for Mega Man. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. That's what you meant. I get it now. Okay. That'd be cool. That Digimon Battle Network, like the same kind of... Because I kind of liked it at first, but I hated it later because it got too hard. But anyway, Digimon Battle Network vibes would be nice. But yeah, so like a whole origin of Tamers, they tell you about the origin of Digimon through computers from the 80s and all that. And then the computer program somehow got more advanced and grew in the background of everybody's not consciousness, but like people weren't paying attention. It was out of their consciousness. So like they were growing, and I like they got their own fucking like, I guess, civilization Digimon, and fucking a god they like worship called Yggdrasil. But that's getting pretty deep into it right now, so we're gonna fall back on that for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, that's the Tamer story goes, and you have Guilmon, Terriermon, and Renamon, 3 of the most amazing rookies you'll ever see. So yeah, and then we have stuff like Frontier, which totally changes things, where humans can become Digimon, which also turned me off back as a kid. I saw the like intros to those cartoons as a kid, and I immediately was like, I'm done, not watching. But let me explain. It's pretty cool because there's spirit of Digimon that they can contain and use for themselves and whatnot, right? And that's really cool. I think that's neat when you think about it, because like you got like humanoid form Digimon, which you don't see too much of in the first 2 seasons. I mean, there's some, right? There's a good amount, but in the 4th season, they kind of go extra with more human form Digimon. And then they also have their beast spirits, which are the more creature-like Digimon, right? And I think those are my favorite. I like creature Digimon more than humanoids. So that's another thing about Digimon versus Pokemon. They have humanoid kind of. I mean, sorry, hold on. I know there's stuff in Pokemon that are humanoid, like Gardevoir, but they still have this like sense of like they're a creature and they're mystical and whatnot. But in Digimon, they're seriously just like straight up women and straight up men wearing armor. So there's two types. There's like humans and the beasts, I guess you could say, creatures. So yeah, in Frontier they kind of focused a lot on the juxtaposition of both beast and human, and then also the combination of both, which we really need. Like as you get further in, you get combination. But yeah, and then season 5 is I'm not too familiar with. I've watched it once. What's it called again? Data Squad. That one is pretty funny to me because the protagonist loves to punch Digimon. Don't ask me the details unless you want to, but the details are fun. He punches Digimon. It's pretty great, and he gets power from that. But they do like a Digisoul. Is it Digisoul charge? I don't remember. But yeah, they have their own Agumon in that series, which would make you think, oh, maybe I would like that, because it's Agumon, which I had previously mentioned that I stopped watching season 3 because there was no Agumon. But I didn't even know season 5 existed, because at that time I had completely left Digimon out of my mind. Heresy, I know, but hear me out. I fell off season 3, right? And I kind of watched a little bit, but season 4 is where I truly was like, all right, I'm not even giving it a chance. And then 5, I was just out of it. But I was super into Pokemon, super into Halo, and all these other things, so it kind of just took my attention. So I don't know much about 5, or season 6 for that matter, but I did enjoy watching the anime again in recent memory. But yeah, Data Squad is kind of interesting if you like, I don't know. I can't really explain that one. I still need to give it another watch, if I'm being honest. But I've watched it once. And then there's Digimon Cross Wars, which I personally really like. A lot of people don't like it because it changes it quite a bit. There's basically the combination of Digimon, right? But it's not foreign to Digimon because there's DNA Digivolution. DNA Digivolution is like the merging of two Digimon into one unit, and they kind of take on their aesthetics and powers, right? And in Cross Wars, they kind of did it to the full extent of no matter what the Digimon is, they can combine, and then there could be many, not just one and not just two Digimon. You could combine 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It don't matter. You just combine them into this crazy transformer amalgamation of something, which people find, they don't like. A lot of people don't like it, but I personally thought it was a pretty cool shake-up to the formula. I like how they keep expanding it, and I was like, whoa, that's neat. It's like a transformer, but that's I think it might be my second favorite season of the entire series. And the first one being season 1 because nostalgia, and it's also just very good. But yes, season 6 with the Shoutmon and the Cross Wars, really good. And it's funny because we're playing the Omega Shoutmon song. I recommend giving it a chance. It fell off in season 3 though. Season 1 and 2 were pretty good of that, but season 3 kind of fell off a little bit. Some people might enjoy it. Some people will probably just be like, whatever, I was one of those that were like, whatever. But, if you like Digimon, I recommend just watching it if you want. Then there's Appmon, which I didn't finish, admittedly. I didn't finish Appmon because it just bored me. I really want to give it a chance, don't get me wrong. I know there's many people who love that series specifically and think it should be held to higher regard, but the first time watching it was really hard. I was trying my best to pay attention, but I couldn't quite do it. But I will say I'm giving it a second chance at some point to rewatch it, but I watched maybe 15 episodes or so. What I did like about it was the music, the animation, and it was just so different. And it was interesting in that way, where it was so different, but at the same time, the story didn't really grab me at that moment. So Appmon is an extension of Digimon, but also at the same time, they are Digimon, but it is extended to a kind of different vibe, you know? And then we got Digimon Ghost Game. Oh man, people hate that one, dude. But then there's people like me who absolutely love it because the boy Gamamon, homie Gamamon, you cannot deny the homie Gamamon. He is the best. He's my favorite, just so you guys know. It's crazy that the most recent season of Digimon contains my favorite Digimon of all time, right? And it's like, how is that so? You know? But, you know, sometimes shit happens. Shit happens, guys. Ugh, okay. Oh, Vidya said, Agumon, but with really bad drip, so it's okay if you missed it. Yeah, very true. Very bad drip indeed. He has cool evolutions. Geo Greymon, you know, pretty cool. Spikier Greymon, basically. What was the other? Shine Greymon and Rise Greymon. Really cool designs, but story-wise, eh. But yeah, Ghost Game. Ghost Game is like a Monster of the Week anime. It's weird because it changes so much of what Digimon was before, like a cohesive, overarching story where you could follow along and it would be major events happening to progress it. But a Ghost Game doesn't do that, really. The main story's in the very background, so subtly in the background. But every episode was a different monster they had to defeat and make not bad anymore. You know, kind of basic stuff. And a lot of people didn't like that, which is obviously, you know, very fair. I don't blame people for not liking it. I enjoyed it because I fell in love with Gamamon first and foremost, but I was like, alright, cool. I appreciate what Digimon's doing with whatever they're doing because, you know, it's giving us new content in different ways that isn't always the same. That's at least how I feel. But, yeah, I like Ghost Game quite a bit. And the overarching story in the background of everything is pretty neat if you really pay attention to just that. And if you read about it, and if you don't want to watch it or whatever. It's cool. I think it's cool. They kind of fell off at the end, unfortunately, where the ending wasn't... I won't spoil anything, but the ending wasn't as good as it could have been. It went extra long compared to previous Digimon seasons. It went like 60 plus episodes, which is pretty long for that. But it still didn't really go as far as it could have, and didn't really, you know, these story threads they left were kind of left unanswered. And I'm hoping they do a season 2 if that's what they were planning to do with it, but we don't know yet. But yeah. And then there's a couple other anime that I didn't mention that aren't part of the main seasons, which are Digimon Adventure Try, which is basically the continuation of Digimon Adventure 1 and 2, but as they're older. And then Digimon Adventure 2020, which is the retelling of Digimon Adventure 1. So, those two are also anime you can look forward to watching if you like the first 2 seasons very much. It has a continuity. Except for, well, not 2020, it's kind of like a retelling, more like, but Try is kind of a, you know, continuity. But yeah, that's basically the anime for you. Bandai, please give us season 2 where it's more story focused. Yeah, dude, please. I would love that. I would love for a season of 2 of Ghost Game in general. Please, Bandai, do it. Now, we move on to the next thing, which are the video games. A whole nother can of worms for you guys. Alright, we're gonna need another fucking drink for this one, because we're gonna get deep into the games. I played plenty of the games. I think a Ghost Game Season 2 where they actually tell a story would retroactively make Season 1 better. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, depending how they do it. I could see them really doing amazing for a season 2 if they decided to go through with it, but I don't know. I can't really say until we see it. And with Bandai's track record with how they like to please us with their Digimon, it's not the greatest. So, I don't know. I would love it though. I would love to see that. Alright. We got a new shot poured. I'm probably not going to drink the whole thing in one go because, you know, don't want to go too ham. Oh, I didn't want to go anyway. Alright. Around where do we begin with the video games? So, we will probably, I will say this now, we'll probably walk back to some of these topics as we go on, because I'm kind of just getting like a basic rundown of stuff for now, but we can go into detail later if you guys have the questions for that. But yeah, the video games, where to begin? There's so many. Even more than the fucking anime seasons. Excuse me. But I will mention the first couple games I did play. Digimon World for the PlayStation 1, back when I was like 7 years old. Excuse me, I'm like trying to get rid of this bubble in my stomach. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, Digimon World. Everyone loves that game that loves Digimon. It's a classic. Amazing game. I played it back when I was like 7 for the first time. I rented it from Hollywood Video, and I didn't play it for too long, surprisingly. I rented it once or twice, and I could not get past the first forest because I was a dumb kid and didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just saw Digimon, and I got to run around with them, and I got to fight, and I was like, hell yeah, that's all I wanted. So progressing through new areas didn't really come to mind when I was a kid, so I didn't really think much of it, but I enjoyed what I played back then. I was like enamored with the world. I was like, wow, crazy. But yeah, World 1 was my first experience with Digimon ever, and I didn't play it too much until later on in life when I decided to revisit it as an adult like a year ago. And I will say it didn't, I mean, it holds up, but it's got some old game jank. You know, as all games do, being the first in their series, tend to have, they have issues, so, I did enjoy it, but there was problems about it that were like, this is not going to be a thing I can play all the time. I know some people who grew up with it, they just play it all the time, you know, because it's like they grew up with it. Like, I can say that's fair because I do the same shit with other video games I love that I played as a kid and continued to play as a kid for longer than I did Digimon World. So, for me as an adult, I can play it once, maybe every year or two. But if you grew up with it, I can see why. It's got so much charm. And, like, it's just like a Tamagotchi, but big Tamagotchi. If you guys know what Tamagotchis are, that's where Digimon originated from. They were little tiny, like, these things. They were little tiny toys like Tamagotchi that you could like raise and feed them and play with them and shit. So that Digimon World is that, but in video game form, and it's got like a whole bunch of places to explore and whatnot, and Digimon the battle. So it's really neat. I like that. It's like a giant Tamagotchi. If you grew up with that kind of stuff, that's kind of a neat prospect, you know. Next game I played as one of my first was Digimon World 3. That game I adore to death, but I have also many old game jank issues with it. The backtracking's terrible. There's no fast travel. And you gotta grind a lot. More so than I've ever grinded in any video game. But I love Digimon, so I kind of just was like, hell yeah, more Digimon time. So that's how I felt when I played it. I was like, I get to look at these cool Digimon models more. I get to use their moves more. I get to explore around the world more. I was fine with it. So that's how my view is of Digimon World 3. It's a turn-based thing though. It's different. It's not like Tamagotchi vibes where you have to raise them and evolve them and make sure they're pooping and pissing in the restroom and shit instead of the floor and playing toys and shit. I don't know. Anyway, it's turn-based. And like a JRPG vibes, you wander around doing quest lines and finding, random encounters, and it looks like Pokemon in the old days. It was like trying to compete with it at that time, I feel, because when World came out, it wasn't even trying to compete with Pokemon. But when World 3 came out, they were, I think, trying to compete with Pokemon, so they kind of went with that sort of feel. But it's still its own vibe at the same time. I really like it. I played it again recently and tried to do the PAL version, which has more stuff to do, but when I saw what the PAL version entailed, I gave up immediately. I was like, holy fuck, that's a lot of shit to do. I ain't doing it. So it's one of those types of games. There's a lot of shit you gotta do, a lot of grinding. But if you don't mind that kind of stuff, then totally go for it. Then we got games like some of the newer games, I would say, like Hacker's Memory, Cyber Sleuth, Digimon Survive, Digimon World Next Order. Those games are very modern and very accessible and also easier to get into than the older Digimon games. So if World 1 was more your vibe, if me explaining it sounded nice to you, like, oh, I like raising things, making sure they're raised well and they evolve the way they should, then I recommend Digimon World Next Order. Those games are essentially that, but way more modernized and accessible, so definitely try out Next Order if that's your fancy. And there's games like Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, which are very turn-based, like Digimon World 3. And it's not quite like World 3 because World 3 takes place in the digital world, while Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory take place in like a cyber human world of some sort they made. But it's still got the vibes. Turn-based combat, running around, random encounters. Just not as like naturalistic looking, because Digimon World 3 had their own biomes like snow, volcano, grasslands, forest, but it was all in the digital world, But since this is like a human-made cyberspace, it's more like techno-y, human, grid-based looking blue. I don't know. It's hard to explain. This is really cool looking though, but it's the same vibe. I recommend those if you like turn-based. Very accessible. You can play it on pretty much anything, I think, except Xbox. You can play it on the Switch, PlayStation, PC. Those are really fun. And then we got other games that are totally out of that genre, like Digimon World 4, which is nothing like 3 or 1, and 2 for that matter. 2 and 4 are very weird. 4 is like a beat 'em up with swords and fucking guns. You run around as Digimon with swords and guns. Oh, there goes Video. I figured he'd sound off. Best game, Digimon World 4. Yeah, Video loves that game. I played it a couple times, and not as a kid, but like later in life. And I played with friends, and it was fun. I enjoy it with friends. I wouldn't recommend playing it by yourself, though. Play it with friends, because if you play it by yourself, you're in for a bad, grindy time. But if you play with friends, easy. You talk about shit, whatever. You just shoot the shit. I enjoyed my time with it, with friends. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 experience for myself. But with yourself, by yourself completely, I haven't done yet, but I would assume it's less than enjoyable. And then we got World 2, which I know Hazard loves to death. Hazard's main game, Digimon World 2. So that game's a dungeon crawler. Extremely different, but also similar, because it has turn-based battle combat, like World 3. That one is pretty fun until it's not. That's what I like to tell people. It's fun until it's not. If you grew up with it and you can continue to play it, hell yeah. I love that for you guys. But as a new player, it's gonna be very hard to get into unless you're familiar with dungeon crawlers in general. But for me, my only dungeon crawler before this was like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And that was the only one I ever did. So running into this one was like, oh my god, there's so much shit. There's so many things to worry about. There's so many mechanics. It's just a lot. Not trying to deter you from it, but the first 30 hours or so, excuse me, first 30 hours, really good. I enjoyed the hell out of the first 30 hours. So, oh man, the hiccups are coming. But the next rest of it for me, with the next 40 something hours I played, was a slog, and I didn't enjoy it as much, and I had to give up. I didn't beat the game. I couldn't do it. It was too much for me. So I stopped. 74 hours in, I think. 74 hours of one game is a lot. You know, but I did enjoy the good 30-hour mark. With just 30 hours of one video game is a solid chunk of game. So if you can enjoy yourself for 30 hours, that's good. So it's not all entirely bad. It's just if you want to beat the game, where it becomes a slog. But yeah, this World 2, so there's got the main two, raising Digimon, turn-based Digimon. And then you got your beat 'em up, and then you got your dungeon crawler. And then there's one more type I can think of at the moment. There might be another couple, but this one is Digimon Tactical RPG slash not visual, well, I guess it could be a visual novel, but it's like a novel type reading shit. So there's a lot of reading in this one. It's Digimon Survive, which is the most recent Digimon game, I believe. That's brand new, because Digimon World Next Order came out after it as a like port, but this one's the most brand new of them. Digimon Survive. I personally think it's an amazing game. Even, you know, like, I don't play very many tactical RPGs or visual novels for that matter, but this one blends the two pretty well in the Digimon flavor. That it just feels like the series grows up with you. It's got a really dark story, I will say that. Really dark. But it's worth the journey. You get to you feel everything that's happening. You feel bad, you feel sad, you feel happy, you feel glad, all the things, you know, you definitely feel the emotions when playing it. But the tactical RPG part of it's very simple, not too hard. It's just like in between all the story parts, you know. I personally enjoyed it a lot. I got to play it twice through. The first time I got a certain ending, and the second time I got the like full ending of everything. And there's five endings total, so I need 3 more to go. So it's pretty replayable. But yeah, Digimon Survive, really good game. I suggest it. It's the newest one in the series. Oh, but what about card games and Smash Like Fighters? Smash Like Fighters, oh my god, I haven't played Digimon Rumble too much. And the card game I have. Card games and Smash Like Fighters exist too. Those are another, like, yeah, like Digimon games just go few and far, I mean, not few and far between, but they go far out in scope for like genres. The video game card games, I mean. Oh, I haven't played the video game card games, unfortunately. I played Digimon World 3's card game. There is a card game in that one. It's very simple, but it gets really hard later. So yeah, that's the only one I've ever played, and I didn't even play it to its full extent because it got real difficult for me. Differences between Digimon and other monster collector games is what I have written. That's the next topic. So, you want to know what the difference is between Digimon and other monster collector games that you may love. And the example I'm going to use mainly is Pokemon, like I said before. So Pokemon is, I mentioned in the very beginning of this thing, is like evolution in terms of Darwinism. Like, everything evolves with like traits as they go on through years and years and years and whatnot, but it's like, you got a little Pikachu, and then it grows into a Raichu, but it has more features and it's bigger. You know, it's like a little evolution process that Darwin would do over years and years of time. But in Pokemon, you just kind of go one after the other after the other. And you get like 3 max. And then sometimes you get a 4th evolution, depending. But yeah, that's Pokemon. And you got like types, like electric, grass, fire, grass, dark, steel, all that shit. You guys know Pokemon probably, so I don't need to get too deep into it. So yeah, that's Pokemon. And then you got stuff like Digimon, which is similar but not the same. Digimon kind of evolve on based on how you raise them and what stats they have at the time. I mean, Pokemon kind of has that too, but in this one, it really drastically changes the outcome of where your Digimon's branch will go, because they have Digivolution branches that can go any which way depending how you do things. So that's one thing. The Digivolution branch is extensive as fuck compared to Pokemon. Ah, man, there's so many more. So the equivalent, like I would say, to a Digimon rookie would be a Pokemon's first form, like Pikachu. A Pikachu would be a rookie in Digimon, right? And a Raichu would be a champion in Digimon. But that's as far as Pikachu's line would go, because Digimon goes to Ultimate after that, and then Mega after that, and then even further beyond sometimes, depending on the Digimon. You can go to, like, some people dub it Ultra, but I don't know what to, like, truly classify it as. But sometimes you go beyond Mega with like a burst form of some sort. But yeah, Mega, like Mega Evolutions. Yeah, Pokemon have Megas too, but they're short-lived, and they don't stay that way forever. I mean, Megas in it's hard to explain, dude. There's so many intricacies within everything. Because technically, Digimon can go back down from Mega, back down to their previous form, because they can't hold that power. But some Megas stay Mega. You know, no Pokemon can stay Mega Evolved. So that's one thing. No Pokemon can stay Mega Evolved. But Digimon can stay Mega Evolved if they're powerful enough. And there's many more stages to Digimon evolution. We got baby forms, in training forms, rookie, champion, ultimate, mega, and then if you want to go further beyond, let's just call it ultra, because that can happen. 7 stages compared to the max of 4 for Pokemon, because normally it's 3, but then you have like Mega Evolution for 4 with like certain games. So there's a whole 3 more forms above Pokemon that you can reach, and then even beyond that, you can branch off to any which way. Koromon doesn't always evolve to Agumon. Koromon can go to Gilmon. Koromon can go to fucking Hackmon. Koromon can go to all these different Digimon, and then they branch off. And Agumon doesn't always have to go to Greymon. Agumon can go to Tyrannomon. Or he can go to Tuskamon. But with Pokemon, you don't have that really, unless there's like specific Pokemon that can do that. Have like split evolution. But Digimon has that as like its format is what that is. You just do it. As many. So that's the difference mainly for that. My dinosaur could turn into a Meramon, a regular guy made of fire? Cool. Yeah, exactly, Vidya. You know what's up. Definitely. It's got a fire aspect, just like Agumon has a fire aspect. Speaking of which, Digimon types versus Pokemon types as well are another thing. So, Pokemon have their stuff, like normal, flying, fire, grass, water, and all that. But Digimon have slightly different iterations. Not as many types, but still enough to equate. So we have, let me mention Draymon types. Dramon. Draymon, bro. Dramon types, which are dragon. We got Insectoids, which are bug for Pokemon. We got Machine Digimon, which would be Steel type for Pokemon, and also maybe Electric. Steel and Electric, it could be both. Then we got Plant, which is like grass, plant Digimon. Aqua, which is water. We got Beast Digimon, which I've mulled over a little bit in my head what it could equate, which is normal. Beast Digimon would be normal type. With little iterations here and there. You know, you could have a normal ice, normal fire, normal water, normal whatever for Pokemon. So a lot of those beast types can have like a normal look to, like, you know, they're beast type looking. They like look like, you know, a tiger, look like a lion, look like a, you know, like a mammal. But they'll have like a secondary aspect to them, like ice, fire, or whatever. And then we got stuff like Holy and Dark, which would be like Fairy and Dark for Pokemon. And we got Wind type bird, Wind bird type, which is flying for Pokemon. And then Dark type could also encompass Poison type and Psychic type. So Dark, Poison, Psychic could be a Dark Digimon. And also with Holy type could be Psychic, Fairy. I don't know. There's some other things probably. But yeah, a lot of the Pokemon and Digimon types kind of like Digimon has like a type that would equal 2 for another in Pokemon. Which I think is really neat. And it changes up kind of some stuff about it that I like. What's my favorite season of Digimon? I mentioned that earlier. It was season 1. Because of nostalgia, and also it's pretty good. Taichi, or Tai rather, for people who aren't familiar with the Japanese stuff. He's my favorite protagonist of all time, and Agumon's one of my favorites. No longer my favorite in general, but I do have the Digivice that's orange colored for the Crest of Courage, because I love that first season so much. And he's also a plushie back there with Impmon and Gilmon and Gamamon. So I love Agumon. It was when I was like 5 years old when I first watched it. So it's got a deep feelings for that series for me. So I've owned VHSs of it, the movie VHS. I had shirts back in the day that I no longer fit in. And it's a good time. I like it. Speaking of Digivice, which season's design is your favorite? This one right here. This one, I can't get over how cool it looks. It's just, I'm a Digimon season 1er through and through, just like we have Pokemon Gen 1ers. I love this design. It's not normally orange, guys. It's like a white color, silvery white. But I have the orange special edition here for this one. But I love that Digivice very much. It is just like the one I saw first, basically. Even though the season 2 Digivices, the D3s, are really cool. I like them too, but I just can't. This design here is just so timeless for me. The other ones look like, to me, Walkmans, like MP3 Walkmans, Sony Walkmans. These look like full-on digital fucking belong in another universe deal. So I don't know. That's how I feel. My favorite Digimon game is another thing I have written down, and that's a hard choice because there's so many good ones, dude. It's hard to choose one. If you're looking right here at my thing, this is one of the ones I think are my favorite. Hacker's Memory and Cyber Sleuth, really good. Digimon World 3 has like a future nostalgia on me. If you don't know what I mean by that, a future nostalgia meaning I feel like I have nostalgia for it even though I played it later in the future than my childhood. So I don't know. I have a nostalgia for World 3 because that was the first Digimon game I played after many, many years of not playing anything Digimon related or consuming anything Digimon related. So that's how I feel about that. World 3 might be my technical favorite, but Hacker's Memory, in terms of modern and accessibility options and like how much they've refined the formula, I enjoy that so much. Hacker's Memory is so good. I love it. I need to play it again, but I love that game. Recommend it to anybody who loves turn-based JRPGs. Yeah. And my favorite Digimon is Gamamon. Shit. As you can tell, I have a Gamamon keychain. I have a Gamamon little figure. I have Gamamon on my Digijam's album shirt, as you can see right here. There he is. There's Gamamon. And we got Gamamon plushie. The homie. Oh, make sure you don't fall over. And we got Gamamon emotes in stream. He's my absolute favorite. He took over Agumon when I saw Ghost Game. By the second or third episode, I was like, Gamon's it. He's so adorable and cute and badass at the same time. I don't know what it is about him, but he's cute and badass. That's a combo you never really see. At least in my eyes. So he's your favorite rookie, of course, but what are your favorite other levels? What do you mean by that? Champion, ultimates, and all that shit? Because that could be a different list for sure. I can see that being a very different list. Let's see. My favorite champion. That's a hard question, man. I know my favorite ultimate, probably, or my favorite mega, is Black War Greymon. I love that guy. He beats Siriusmon for me still. For Gamamon's mega. Ultimate. No, I really gotta think about that stuff. You know what, video? In the near future, we'll talk about that, alright? So there's, you know, I talked about the Digimon attributes and stuff, right? There's more to it than that. Within the fire and the aqua and the insectoid and plant and all that shit, there's more to it. There's virus, vaccine, and data, which are the three main guys, and then there's a fourth and fifth, but three main types for now. A virus, vaccine, and data. They are a triangular, like, weakness versus strength kind of deal. So one, it's like a rock paper scissors with each of them. So data beats vaccine, vaccine beats virus, and virus beats data. It's a whole circle. But then there's also two more types. Free type, which is completely neutral to everything, and then there's unknown type, which are a whole anomaly on their own. I don't really know how to explain those, but they're an anomaly, unknown types. But yeah, if you have a virus type, you want to take it out with the vaccine type. If you have a data type, you're going to want to take it out with the virus type. If you have a vaccine type, you're going to want to take it out with a data type. You know, that kind of deal. And you can add further damage by, you know, adding those, like, typings to it, like fire and all that shit. Like, if you have a dark virus Digimon versus a holy vaccine Digimon, the vaccine holy is gonna fuck up that virus dark real bad, because it's gonna be like all the weaknesses in one, you know. But if you have like something like a dark vaccine versus a holy virus, then it'll be kind of like even, I guess, because they're opposites both, but fighting opposites of each other. It's like weird. It's a really cool thing. And then you got those like elemental things I told you about. Like if you have a fire type hitting a plant type, it's gonna do pretty good damage. But also if they're a vaccine versus a virus plant versus vaccine fire is gonna destroy that fucker, just like a holy vaccine versus a dark virus, you know. So there's a couple of extra layers to it, and I think that's really neat. I know I say that all the time, but it's really fucking neat, dude. What other Digimon stuff do I like? I like lots of Digimon things other than the anime and the games. Like I had showed you, I have the merchandise of plushies and knickknacks and doodads. I got the fucking V-Pets, the V-Pet toy. I only have one though. This is like a new endeavor, but we have one of these thingies that do like Digimon Tamagotchi deals. And we got what I think is one of my favorite things aside from the anime and games is the fucking card game. Look at that. a whole ass card game with the binder that has the Digicrests. Oh, there's the Digimon cards. Look at that. I will show those in greater detail later. But there's the Digimon card game, which is another form of media. Really cool, and the V-Pats, like I mentioned. Plushies. There's lots of different ways you can consume Digimon, right? So I have pretty much a good chunk of different things to show off there. Show off collection Digimon goods. There we go. I showed off some of them. We got a Digimon World beanie, next order beanie right here. We got the cards. We got a motherfucking Patamon Funko Pop. Oh my god. Look at that. So cool. We got a drink we had drank like a year ago. Can. Agumon on a can. Gravy tea. All that good shit right there. And I also have a couple decks I could show y'all of Digimon. All the good shit right here. All the goodies. All the goodies. That's my Black War Greymon deck. Put that away. Yeah. Alright, before I keep going, I need to take a restroom break. BRB. Digimon card game, like the new hit web novel Digimon Liberators that everyone should go read right away. Whoa! I forgot about that. I haven't read it. I have not read it yet, so I must get on that myself. But that is the thing that is. There's a manga that is out. Web novel, basically. Definitely check it out. It's called Digimon Liberators. I need to get on it too, so. But yeah, I showed off some of the collection. Digimon music. So, Digimon music, some of the coolest music you'll ever hear. I enjoy it very much too. I can't not get some of those Digimon songs out of my head sometimes. Let me put on some of those songs. I know I've been playing a lot of my music lately, but let's see. Listen to this. Whenever you want to go save the game, this is what you hear. Hey. Hey. Sorry, I'm getting into it. And then we get stuff like this. Nope. That's not the right one. This one. Hey. Hey, what? Yo. Shit's hitting, bro. There you go, that's one of those, and I'm gonna show you, like, let me see here. Which is the one I want to hear? Oh, dude, this is a song right here. Hey. Motherfucker, dude. This shit gets me hard, bro. Listen to that shit, dude. Amazing. This is good, alright, but it gets nothing wrong. Nothing on confusion. Oh, dude, that song. I know I say this for every game, but Cybersleep went so hard on the music, but I appreciate it in every way. Dude, it's so good, right? It hits so nice. So that's a taste of some of the music that you can fucking check out. It was great. Hey, do I need another shot? It sounds like I do. Also, drink responsibly, people. Don't drink and drive. Stay home. And also have plenty of water afterwards. Because I'm going to need some water later. Alright. Cheers. Ugh. Woo! Alright. Last thing I have written down. Digimon designs. Holy shit. Those Digimon designs. As you can see. Look at that fucker. Look at that motherfucker, dude. Tell me that's not badass. You tell me now that's not badass. Because if you say that's not badass, I don't believe you. Look at that fucker, dude. That's all I gotta say. Digimon design. Look at that, dude. Pokemon got nothing on this shit. That's fucking Omnimon X Antibody. That's like a 7th fucking form Digimon here, so I'm sure this is one of the best of the best, but the Digimon designs when they get to these upper levels are so peak. Oh man. I love them so much. Like, I wish Pokemon would go this hard on their designs. Like, oh my god, there's so much to it. It just copies Ceruledge. Oh my god. Video, get the fuck out of here. Oh, now look, it's your favorite. It's your favorite video. Fucking Gallantmon. Look at this guy. Just as epic. These are all Mega Digimon I have on my screen right now. Now he looks cool. Those are some cool ass designs, dude. You can't deny it. They have their animalistic designs, of course, just like Pokemon, but when they get to these higher stages, they become amazing, badass, clad in armor, kind of fucking bastards that just wreck your shit. They're really cool. I feel Digimon will beat Pokemon in every aspect in terms of design. I don't care what anybody says. As much as I love Pokemon, I will say this now before I continue further. I love Pokemon. I adore it. I had a time longer in my life with Pokemon than Digimon. Pokemon's been part of my life longer for sure, but Digimon is just on another level. They go a step above and beyond, maybe a couple steps above and beyond Pokemon, and I enjoy that about them. They don't stay appealing to kids the entire time. They appeal to everybody, any age group. So, I mean, Pokemon, you could argue it appeals to any age group, but you can't deny they have very much watered it down for children audiences. As Shiny Armourouge goes. No. Not the Shiny Armourouge. Oh no. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul, bro. With that being said, though, I might have to phone a friend. I might have to phone a friend to get all the Digifacts for all you wonderful people. So, we might just do that. Phoning a friend. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hi, I got a phone call?
Yeah, yes.
What's up?
I have called my fellow Digidestined, who's equally as sloshed and as knowledgeable as me. Welcome in. Oh my god.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
He's already dying, dude. Oh my god. Welcome in, Vidya. You are the next in line to talk about Digimon with me. Even though you're the only in line, but you know what I mean.
Anything to help.
So, I gotta ask you, is there anything else you would wish to bring up that I have talked about and you want to elaborate on?
Well, there is one thing. You were talking about Digimon music, right? And I noticed you only talked about the video games.
Yeah.
What about the anime?
You know, you're right. The anime. Amazing music. The first fucking 4 seasons had the same guy singing the intros, right?
No, it was the first 3 seasons, and then the 4th season was fucking spectacular.
Wait, what do you
It's still my favorite English Digimon opening to this day.
It's pretty good. I will say that. But the first couple seasons had that banger ass fucking Koji in there.
I think my favorite part
No, you go ahead.
is that they wanted to keep the same song for the first 3 seasons for like branding rights, but they also didn't want to just reuse the same song. So for season 2 and season 3, they took the song, but they changed like 2 words each time to make it quote unquote like fresh and to fit the season, and it's amazing. So for season 2, they changed it from Digivolve into Champion, Digivolve into Ultimate, to Digivolve into Champion, Armor Digivolve.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense because they didn't really Digivolve into Ultimate for the first like half of the show. They just Armor Digivolve. But then for season 3, they didn't want to like spoil that they went to the digital world, like the second half of the show. So they changed the lyric to save the digital world. They changed it into to save them deep in the world.
Interesting.
Which I think is a masterclass in lyricism.
I never, you know, it's funny. I didn't watch season 3 in English yet, so I don't know. But that is a cool little tiny like change to make it like feel like it's continuing, right? But what about the Japanese intros though that are peak?
Oh my god, they are peak.
Oh man,
Like-
rest in peace, Koji, the singer. But God, he provided us with such bangers.
They're absolutely fantastic songs.
My
Like,
favorite
they're-
will always be fucking season 3.
Like that's the thing. Not only did he make songs that are like great anime openings for Digimon, they are just fantastic songs in general.
Yeah, dude. They hit on another level that, I don't know, it just hits on another wavelength, you know?
This is me coming as like a fan of the season 4 English OP being my favorite. The Japanese openings still are fucking fantastic.
Digimon. Sorry. Draco says, still more of a fan of the English intros. That's fair, dude. Totally fair. I enjoy them just as much as you. I love the first intro very much. And the second one, too.
And the third one.
The third intro for Japanese hits too hard for me to not say I like more than the English. Because Japanese is like...
That's fair.
It's just great, dude.
It's fantastic.
It's a huge meme sometimes. You know? Do you ever meme it?
I don't, but I probably should.
I meme it all the time. I'm like, fucking, what's the song? Hala, he, chala. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I had to throw everyone for a loop right now. Oh, man.
Everyone knows. God.
All right. What's the song? Oh man,
Look
how am
to
I
the
forgetting
past
it?
as we head for the future to reclaim the digital world.
We reclaim
the
the
one.
digital world.
Yeah, there we go.
Let me see if I can find the fucking. Yeah, there it is. That's the one I wanted to talk about. Wanna be the biggest dreamer.
Biggest dreamer.
Oh my, itaro, I don't know the words, but you know.
That was probably the best rendition of it I've ever heard.
Frontier English was really good. It's one of those intros that lingers. Yeah, it's pretty good. I will give you that. That is a pretty good intro.
Although I have to say, at first I didn't think I would like it, but after listening to it a few times, the English opening for Cross Wars, like the dubstep Digimon opening, pretty fucking good.
I have never heard that.
Oh really?
Not at all.
Blind react right now to Trials listening to the Digimon.
But will
English
I get
opening for Cross
copyrighted
Wars right now?
Will I get copyrighted? That's the issue.
Draco's never heard it either.
I haven't myself because I watched it in Japanese the first time. I've watched most of the Digimon series in Japanese because I felt like, from what I was told, it follows the story more closely than what it was supposed to be, you know? Also, shout outs to Lost in Translation One for following me on Twitter. Hell yeah. Much love to you. I just saw that.
Yo, they're pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Love your content. Anything that else you wanted to fucking talk about here with me?
I mean, let's see. So you went over your favorite Digivice. What's your least favorite Digivice?
Least favorite Digivice. I gotta look at some of these right now real quick. But I think it might be season 5.
I don't know. Season 5 is pretty bad, but no offense to Try. I'm not trying to shit on like Try and Kizuna. I forget which one did it. But the smartphone Digivices, where they're literally just a phone with a Digivice app in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
The
Kind of loses the like cool mystical vibe that Digivices get.
Yeah. Digisoul Charge for me wasn't that good. It looked like an MP3 player to me. I didn't like the Digisoul Charge. I'm looking at some of these pictures. I didn't really care for them. So that's probably my answer.
That's fair too. They were just kind of like, they were just rectangles, right? Like literally rectangles with a screen.
Yeah, but Digimon Ghost Game might be close second because they just had wristbands like fucking Apple Watches.
How about that? Oh god.
I mean, I guess if it's modern day Digimon, then okay. But like with those like MP3 players, I was like, all right, this is not that cool. But I might feel differently.
Come on, bro. They're smartwatches. They're modern. They're cool.
They're modern, bro. 2001.
Like the Vital bracelet from Digimon, but in Digivice form.
I guess you could say that, right?
I really feel like that's what they were going for, but they did a really bad job. Although, I gotta say, I'm a sucker for like the little break Digivice from Digimon World 1 and like the V-Pets.
The what?
The little brick ones, like the little rectangles.
Oh yeah, those are like the most popular, right?
They're the ones that they use for most of the V-Pets.
Yeah.
But they also use it as a Digivice in World 1.
Oh,
so
okay.
Cool. I've got like
10 of
them in my room right now.
10 of them in my room. See, I will say this, guys. Digimon has been a fan probably in longer than me, in the sense of he's been keeping up with it longer than me. I stopped for like, from 2003 to the like 2019. That's when I stopped. So,
whereas I was lucky that my younger brother on his laptop somehow had access to every single Digimon season, every single Digimon movie. So I would just kind of watch them on repeat growing up constantly when we didn't have TV.
Yeah.
So one of the few things I watched growing up was just every single Digimon season.
That's awesome, dude. I wish I had the VHSs that had like 4 or 5 episodes on them. You know,
That's pretty cool too, though.
I had those, and then like the movie on VHS, and I would watch those a lot. Yeah, like I said earlier, like I stopped after Tamers because Agumon was no longer around. And I was like, this is not Agumon, this is a weird red guy.
Yeah, it's a red Agumon.
Red Agumon. Yeah, tell that to some Gilmon fans, dude. My favorite Digimon is Gilmon. Oh, you mean Red Agumon?
We have a Red Greymon, why not?
Fucking I was gonna say Red Hazard. I'm sorry, Hazard. I love you. I watch hardcore up to Frontier. Yeah, Frontier. I could see you. You were definitely in there, Draco. You told me in the past. Fall off for me after that. Yeah, I say Data Squad was probably the good fall off point for me.
You see, I originally, when I was like a little kid, Data Squad was the fall off point for me. I watched like the first episode or two, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks. I hate this. This is boring." But I went back and rewatched it at, I don't know, I want to say it was probably like just a few years after it came out, where I could watch it all in a row, and it definitely like immediately grew on me.
I can see that. I need to watch it a second time myself. There's a couple seasons of the Digimon I haven't watched over the first time. So there's some shit I gotta definitely go back to. You had the Frontier Digivice. The animation got worse after Frontier. Oh, you had the Frontier Digivice. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous about that.
You got the Digisoul Charge? No, it was Digiscan.
No, the Digiscanner or Detector or whatever.
Yeah, Digiscan.
I gotta say, the design for that was just a straight upgrade from Season 2 and Season 3's like elongated Digivice types.
Would go through the store scanning barcodes. I was gonna say digicodes.
I forgot that it did that. That's amazing.
Kind of
that
like
was a really cool,
like those off-brand scanners with the Z.
They got it from Digimon.
Yeah. All right. What about your favorite games, Vidya? We gotta ask you what you think. Oh,
you already told them my favorite game.
World 4.
Everyone knows it's Digimon World 4.
But is it really?
Okay, guys. I think it's time to admit it. I love Digimon World 4 as like a co-op experience. But my favorite Digimon game is actually Digimon World Redigitize.
Oh, Redigitize. I haven't mentioned that one yet.
So for anyone here who hasn't heard of it, it was a Japanese-only game that was supposed to be the first like spiritual sequel of Digimon World 1. And it was never released in America, but we had a team of people who translated it. And let me tell you, if you get a chance to play either the Japanese version or the English translated version, do it. It's so good. The story it tells, all the Digimon you can get, the like characters in it, with the exception of one whom I won't name because I don't want to spoil it. They're all fantastic, and I love it so much.
It's a really good game.
It does feel like just a straight upgrade to Digimon World 1.
It is definitely a great game, and it does more than World 1 ever did. And it's a good step up. But I prefer Next Order. Because there's some little quality of life things that make it better for me. Like Mega's not having to poop anymore, amazing.
And even being able to like once you get the Digilab to like lock out different evolution lines was really cool.
Oh dude, yeah, the Digivolution blocker is my number one reason why I love like oh man, I gotta vent about this, right? So, redigitized decode is great, right? Like I said, but if you want a certain Digimon, you're not gonna fucking have a good time getting it because you have so many requirements, so many little minuscule details that you have to get exactly right for it to become what you want it to become. As it gets higher in stage to where you want it, like, to be mega, you know, and I hate that shit, dude. I was so mad.
I love that shit, dude.
It was one, like, I would have like one weight, you know, one weight away, like one fatness. I don't know, like the chunkiness away from reaching a certain Digimon, and I would hit a wrong one. I was like, no, please, and I would be stuck with them. And I'm like, all right, guess I gotta find a new Digiline to go through. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but that's half the fun, is trying for one Digimon, and when you don't get it, trying to salvage the line and get something even better.
See, that's a good way to look at it, I won't lie. But for me personally, who had been already, like, running through all the games and know what I wanted, I was like, alright, this is fucked up. I can't get what I want. So I'm like, I may have messed up feeding him one too many times, and I'm like, all right, now I'm getting, instead of a fucking Tyrannomon, I'm getting a Meramon, and I don't want that. So
You want the little fiery boy? Come on.
That's why I would block Digivolutions in next order to get exactly what I wanted, and I'm like, yes, exactly. But I guess that does take some of the fun out of learning the Digivolutions and what they require and all that kind of shit. So I can see your argument.
Learning, but it's really just looking it up on Grindosaur.
Well, yeah, you still learn that way.
I guess that's true.
You know, you're not as a gamer with all the resources we have nowadays. You don't have to be expected to be like learning by yourself with just, you know, context clues and shit. So I think it's a good thing that we have stuff like resources like Grindosaur. Shout out to Grindosaur, by the way. Grindosaur is an amazing resource, not an ad, but I will share this. Is an amazing resource for Digimon games. If you want to get into a Digimon game, more so rather than the more accessible ones that are newer, like Digimon World Next Order, Hackers of Memory, Cyber Sleuth, Survive. Play those games, and you will have a great resource with Grindosaur to figure out which exactly Digimon you want to get and how to do it. It is really cool. Definitely recommend them.
Run when I get.
Huh? You cut off.
I have to run to the bathroom.
Oh.
I have to run to the bathroom when I get back. I'm telling you guys all about some of the Digimon games Travis missed.
Okay. What were we talking about, video? Do you remember?
We were talking about... I forget.
You lost me too, dude.
I was gonna bring up that you never played, what was the Smash? You never played Rumble Arena?
I played it by myself for like a little bit. Just to see how it was like.
Oh man, but then you never played Rumble Arena 2?
Nope.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could go back to who I was before I played Rumble Arena 2.
Do you not like it more than the other?
No, so let me tell you, Rumble Arena 1 aged so much better than the second game.
But why does the big YouTuber who does Digimon content say otherwise? Listen,
because I don't do content yet.
It's funny. Sorry, I had, you know who I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. It's not Karn. It's somebody else who does retrospectives. You know what I mean? Like bigger retrospectives on video games.
Billiam?
Yeah, no, not him.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a smaller guy, but he did one about why he enjoys the next gen one versus one.
Okay.
But anyways, explain yours. Explain yours.
As someone who 100%ed both games, right? I just feel like the combat, especially at higher difficulties in Battle, what was it called? Rumble Arena, not Battle Sphere, Rumble Arena 2. It got like so brokenly difficult. where like the AI would be using like Duskmon or there's a couple other Digimon that's just movesets when you use them were like mediocre, but then when you would go against the AI who could like perfectly like frame perfect spam certain attacks, it would make them unbeatable. And I spent way too much time trying to 100% that game, and so now I hate it. You know, it might on a technical level be better than the first one, but the first one didn't make me angry with trying to beat some of these bosses. And so for that, I gotta give it to 1. These felt more balanced.
You have a point, because from what I've seen and what I've watched from people that have done their opinions on this game is that they enjoyed it more so in a multiplayer setting. They didn't do very much single player apparently, but they did. They played with friends and people, and they're like, I had a much more enjoyable time doing this way.
See, that's fair. I've never played them with anybody else. When I played through both games, it was always a single player experience. So my opinion might change if we ever did a multiplayer.
Okay, yeah, that's the big difference then for you. You played it by yourself. That's interesting. Yeah, because I played it just a tiny bit. It wasn't even that much. It was like 20 minutes. And I was like, this is cool. I enjoy this. Like, I could see myself enjoying this as a kid. But I didn't play it too long.
Oh my god, I just remembered another Digimon game that we both completely forgot about. Remember when Digimon tackled the racing genre?
Oh no, I didn't want to bring this up.
You gotta, when you're talking about Digimon games, you gotta bring up Digimon Racing.
Alright, so this asshole in VC right now that you're hearing fucking made me, with channel points in Twitch, play this fucking game, Digimon Racing, on Game Boy Advance. And I was like, it can't be that bad. I'll play it. And I played it, and it was that bad.
Supreme Cannon.
I will never forget Omnimon's voice actor. He is the glaring issue for me. I mean, forget the bad controls, forget the bad racetracks, forget everything you could ever think about with this game.
Forget the unbalanced characters.
Yeah, Omnimon himself, his voice was the ruining factor in all aspects. In general, I was like, mediocre game, but I'll play it. But this voice was so god-awfully bad. I don't know how the fuck they came to this decision to make this person the voice for Omnimon in this game. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was so flabbergasted.
Wait, what did he sound like? How was he that bad?
Oh my god. You guys want to hear my impression of how he sounded?
Yes, we do.
He was like, Supreme Cannon. Supreme Cannon.
Okay, but if he just says this move, once in a while, it's not that bad, right?
No, but
How often could he possibly say it?
He says it every 5 seconds. Every 5 fucking seconds. He's like, Supreme Cannon. Huh, Supreme Cannon. And it just fucked my... Oh my god, it fucked my whole perspective of Omnimon. I couldn't believe it, dude. Worst Digimon game I've ever played in my life. Never play it, guys. Don't go and be like, what Digimon games are on the Game Boy Advance? Just don't ask. Don't ask. That's the only one. That's the only
not
one.
Only that, the multiplayer was not any better. Unless you were playing as Tentomon, you were gonna have a bad time. All the Digimon drove like they were just sliding around on soap.
Drifting
was impossible.
Isn't that the only game on GBA for Digimon?
I think, what was it, Digimon Battle Spirits? Was that on GBA?
Oh, dude, that is another one, huh? I didn't play that one.
I played it a little bit, and it was also pretty garbage. It was a really bad fighting game for the GBA that was Digimon based. I don't remember much of it, but I remember that I absolutely hated it after like 20 minutes to a half an hour and turned it off and never touched it again. Yeah, I guess Digimon really failed with the GBA, huh?
Yeah, DS is when they made their stride again. for sure.
Oh yeah, the DS games are all really good.
The DS games, I played Digimon World Dawn. I love that game. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Even though it was like such a different vibe from World 3 in every way, because they had like Digimon typings like Beast, Bird, a Holy Dark, Machine.
Aquin, Filth.
Dawn and Dusk were awesome. You're welcome. Yeah, we were already on that. Yeah, Dawn and Dusk were pretty cool. I only played Dawn, but though I'm gonna play Dusk soon. Even though it's the same kind of game, it's got a slightly different story, and I just feel it's been enough time to like get back to it eventually. So I'm gonna do that soon.
I was lucky enough where when I had a DS, like a physical thing, as a child, I somehow got my hands on Digimon World DS, and after growing up in Digimon World 3, it brought back all the memories of Digimon World 3. Like, yeah, sure. Again, being like a DS game was a little different than playing it on the PlayStation. They had to do things a little differently. But the turn-based combat, collecting every single Digimon that I would want to get, all of it was just such a good reminder of it. And it only got better in Dawn and Dusk. Although Digimon World Dawn is better because you can get Gallimon Crimson mode in Dawn when you can't in Dusk. So, you know.
Draco says, same story, just slightly different mons. It's like Pokemon. Yeah, that was like the most Pokemon-like Digimon to ever release.
Yeah, DS and Dawn Dusk, which is its sequel, were pretty Pokemon-like, but it still felt different.
But it's funny because you wouldn't suggest that to a Pokemon enjoyer to play that as their first Digimon game, right?
No, you would not at all.
It is not. It's because it's such a, like, you have to be involved in the Digimon franchise to have known how to play this game to a degree you can enjoy it in, without having to harken back to Pokemon, you know?
Especially with Digimon fans up to this point being way more used to like grinding in their games for Dawn and Dusk, where to Digivolve to like anything, it required like grinding specific Digimon that had like some specific types or whatever the word is that in Pokemon you really don't have anything like that.
Yeah. Draco says they had Digimon exclusives. They did. Lunamon and Solmon, right?
Lunamon to whatever to Diana.
Coronamon, right?
And Coronamon to whatever to Apollomon.
Yeah, Apollomon was like the top, right?
Yeah.
Well, that gives me a good segue into the fabled Digimon story game that's supposed to come out sometime. One day. So, there is a Digimon story game that is planned to come out, and we don't know when, because Bandai likes to fucking make us die inside. We don't know whether or not Digimon Story next entry will come out within this year, next year, or the year after that. But
all I know is that it better be in English.
I hope so. But I hope it's good. But it's supposed to be about... I guess this could be a good segue into some deeper lore. Right? Because people aren't going to know about the fucking Digimon that are supposed to be part of the new story game.
Wait, what group of Digimon is supposed to be part of the new story game that hasn't been really touched on in the anime before?
Them Greek god versions of Digimon.
What? The Olympus 12?
The Olympus 12, bruh. But
we're finally getting them instead of the Royal Knights? Oh my god.
But before we discuss them, we must discuss the Royal Knights. There's more
Speaking
layers.
Of Royal Knights, I heard that there's a song about them.
Yeah, dude. There's a song about them that I have created myself. I guess this is a good segue at this point to talk about my Digijams album, if you want to bring up Royal Knights.
It's a good song. What can
I
I
haven't
say?
brought out my Digimon album yet because I wanted to focus mainly on Digimon itself, but I guess this is a good point than any other to talk about it. If you guys don't know, we have a Digimon album we had put out last year, a little over a year ago. If you want to check it out, it is over here at these links. We're working on Digijams Volume 2. But in Digijams Volume 1, we have a Royal Knight song. If you want to check it out, it's really good music. I hope you guys enjoy it. I love my own music. Don't fucking come after me for being conceited about it. I think my music's good, alright? I think it's good. But
No, it's good as hell, guys. You gotta listen to it right now.
But anyway.
You're a real Digi fan.
listen to it if you like Digimon. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, Royal Knights. We need to talk about those fuckers. They're mega digivolved and maintain that digivolution the whole time they're existing. And they take care of. They're like I guess you could say the watchers of the digital world. They protect, they watch, and they're super powerful. And they're all Mega Digimon, and they stay that way. But the thing is, some of them can become further beyond that Mega Digivolution if they get pushed hard enough. But we have 13, right?
I think it's at 13 now, yeah.
13 Royal Knights, and they all protect.
Name them all.
They all protect and work for Yggdrasil, the master of the digital world, the god, whatever you want to call him. But they are 13. They got Old Force Vidramon, we got Magna Angemon, we got Omnimon, Alphamon, Gonkumon, Jesmon, Lord Nightmon, fucking Dynasmon, fucking Craniamon. I forgot the Jaguar guy's name.
Duftmon?
Duskamon?
Duft. D-U-F-T.
Duft. Duftmon. There's a lot of them. And also the big boy himself. What's his fucking name? The big dragon guy.
Examon.
Examon. You got that fucker, Examon, who is a ginormous dragon. But anyway, the Royal Knights protect the digital world. They oversee it, and they carry out the will of Yggdrasil, which is essentially the god of the digital world. And yeah, they're pretty strong, and they sometimes show themselves in great times of strife to, assist in, whatever's happening. There's many times where they come through. They came through in Digimon World, not Digimon World, Digimon Season 4, right? And Digimon Season 5. And they come...
and the Digimon X movie.
Yeah, the X movie too. X antibodies is a whole nother topic we can talk about soon. Don't worry about that yet, but we will talk about X antibodies. That's another whole can of worms. But yeah, they what was I saying, dude? Oh man, the X antibodies got me off track.
Royal Knights, where they show up.
Yeah, they show up in Season 4, Season 5, Hacker's Memory, and Cyber Sleuth. Yeah, I try to. Hacker's Memory, Cyber Sleuth, they are pretty heavily involved in. They're the go-to big boys to make the story more, drastic, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. When they want to show the stakes are super high, that even the god of the digital world, Yggdrasil, or how do you say it?
Yggdrasil.
I can't talk right now. Yeah, there you go. Is involved in what's going on. They won't show Yggdrasil. They won't show. What's his name again?
Yggdrasil.
Thank you. They'll show the Royal Knights instead. At least at first.
Yeah. So Yggdrasil's a big deal. But there's another faction. There's many factions. I will mention a couple offhand, just not describing them too much until later. We got the holy angels. We got the demon lords. We got the Olympus 12. and we got a couple.
We got the Digimon Sovereign.
And we got others here and there. Yeah, Digimon Sovereign. There's many more we can talk about, but right now we're talking about the Olympus 12 after the Royal Knights. So Olympus 12 is supposed to be the next Digimon story game topic for like main overarching lore in like, you know what I mean? So we don't know much about the game other than Olympus 12 are like a big aspect of it. Olympus 12 are like Greek mythology Digimon, right? Because, you know, obviously Olympus, basically the same shit. And they all have their aspects of like Greek gods. Like we have Apollomon, right? What would you consider Apollomon?
He's Apollo.
He's Apollo.
the guy who brought the chariot across the sky. He was sun.
Yeah, and then we got was it Lunamon?
Lunamon is the first one. I think Dianamon.
Dianamon is the moon.
But
maybe that's more Norse.
No, it's like a mix of like the Greek and the Roman when it comes to the naming conventions. Like we have Plutomon, who's supposed to be Hades. Jupitermon is Zeus. Venusmon is Hera.
Yeah, very generalized the Greek culture.
Yeah, they kind of combine like the Greek and the Roman equivalents of the same gods into one Digimon, where they kind of name them after the Roman, but then base them after like the Greek. It's a little weird.
Yeah, Greek and Roman gods are way too similar to not put together too. You know, like they're just the same thing. So I get it. But yeah, Olympus 12 would be kind of like a separate faction that would be just as, maybe a little less powerful than the Royal Knights, you know? Just a tiny bit, not very much. But
I think, yeah, they were shown to be weaker in like season 5, where one of them showed up for some reason.
I think Marcus Phoenix, god damn it.
Yeah, Marcus Phoenix took his Lancermon.
You know who I mean, Marcus.
Marcus, what was it, Daemon?
His dad is a fucking what's his name? He was like
Marcus Dadmon?
No. What's his fucking name? He's the wolf guy.
Oh, Marukimon.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Mercurymon.
That was him. But yeah, anyway, fucking they're not as strong as the Royal Knights, but they're the next subject for the next game, which I'm excited about. We got Marsmon too, which is one of my favorites. Marsmon is just like a beefy Gabumon. Like
hell yeah!
I wish
based off of Ares.
I wish Wergurumon became Marsmon. That's how badly like he would have been a cool, like, you know how there's Beast and Humanoid. He would have been a good humanoid. You know?
Yeah, he was the first Mega for Airmon, right? It was like Bearmon to Grismon to Grappleomon to Marsmon.
Yeah.
In Digimon World 3.
But yeah, I would have loved to see him more involved because he's a really good design. Like, I know a lot of the a thing about Digimon design is they have similar eyes and similar like general like basic design to them, where it like harkens back to like the older designs that they were digivolving from, like Gabumon versus Marsmon. He still carries the Gabumon pelt on his fucking face, but he's wearing armor and like knightly shit, you know?
That's pretty fucking sick.
And then we have stuff like Agumon, who has the same face on Tyrannomon and also Greymon and also Tuskmon and also Monochromon and also what's the long neck guy, Brachiomon. They all have the same Agumon like genetics with the face.
Yeah, it's really cool. They made it where basically not only can the Digivolve into anything based on whatever DNA they get or data they get, they can also Digivolve into specific lines, but then also each Digimon seems to have like multiple splitting specific lines that were made for it. where like certain Digimon will work for multiple previous forms, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. You can have a Digimon line that is exactly how a Pokemon line would be, where it makes sense in a Darwinism sense, but you could also have those branching paths that, you know, reach those other, like, it's like Agumon
and
going,
then it still visually makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of the time it does. But sometimes it doesn't.
Well, when it doesn't, even then, it's still like you can see how the influence from one to the other would like be there.
Yeah, like depending how you raise it. Like if you raise a Digimon to be good, and you're always taking care of it, and you're always feeding it on time, and you're always, you know, like doing the things you're supposed to, he'll become a force of good. You know?
Yeah, and if you always let it shit on the floor, it'll become a pile of poop.
Yeah, become a shitball, dude, and sometimes evil. And really strong. But yeah, like it just depends how you go about it, and also depending how strong you raise your strength versus defense, intelligence versus mind, or what's it called, intelligence versus spirit and wisdom, you know. Like it's just all depends. Like depending on the higher stat, you'll get a different Digivolution. Like a high strength Agumon would be like a Tyrannomon, but a high strength like wisdom would be like a Greymon, because it can use those fire attacks really well.
And then a high speed will become a Vidramon. And again, they all look completely different, but you can see how all of them would come from an Agumon, which is amazing how they made that work.
Yeah, it's the head design, really, right? The shape of the head and the eyes are the most distinguished features that you could come to, like, figuring out which Digimon is inspired by which other Digimon. Like, Agumon has those certain almond eyes, and also that, like really jaggedy mouth. And you could apply that to many other champion Digimon who would evolve past Ricky, you know? And then...
Exactly. So cool.
And then also, beyond that, Agumon could go into just purely fire aspect Digimon, like Meramon, like you mentioned before. Meramon is a good Agumon Digivolution because fire, you know, and it would just take on the aspect of just pure fire creature. It wouldn't even be draconic anymore. It would just be a pure fire guy, you know?
Yeah, but then even then, if you have an Agumon and train it to be smart instead of, battle prowess, it can just completely transform into an entirely different creature, become Centauramon, that visually has nothing to do with Agumon, but again, Centauramon has a fire laser gun that it shoots. It's, kind of beast-like, but not entirely. It still, like, fits, where you can see how a fire lizard would become, when it's really smart and filled with beast data and, brains, a kind of fire elemented beast dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really neat how you can really go about it any way you want. I agree with you heavily on that, because it's really neat how they can do that shit, because Pokemon is really, in that sense, if you were to compare Pokemon and Digimon, it's really restricted, because they do the Darwinism aspect more so than anything. So anything that doesn't look like what it could be as the next evolution doesn't really work too well with Pokemon than it does Digimon.
I do think that's Digimon's advantage, where they have Darwin-esque lines where it looks like, the Digimon growing up and staying the same, but then at the same time they have Digimon lines that you can see where the inspiration would be, but it still feels completely different, and both are equally fitting in Digimon.
Exactly. Very, very nice explanation. What's on a podcast, JK? We talk about shit, that's all. Easy. We're talking about Digimon, but very drunk today. That's this topic. So
you get very drunk. I gotta go get another can of Mountain Dew. I have less 0 sugar alcohol.
Do it.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Oh yeah. While we're here. Oh, you're back. There you go.
I'm back.
All right.
What did I miss?
Oh, I just got back like a minute ago. Oh, you got another drink.
Hell yeah. I mean, what is this? sober Digimon? Come on.
Oh man. All right. So, what other topics can we discuss here? I have a whole list here we can go back to if we want. Let me look back at it. We talked about the anime and the games a little bit more, and a future game. Let's see. All right, Divi, I need to ask, what are your favorite type of Digimon and like types and aspects of them that you enjoy the most?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Okay, so I really am a sucker for like a lot of like the knight-like Digimon, like Gallantmon Crimson Mode being like a holy knight, or what was it, Victory Greymon, which is literally just a Greymon but slightly, or War Greymon, slightly more humanoid, big ass sword.
Yeah.
Huge sucker for it. But then also, I don't know, some of like the Beast Digimon where they go like full on just bestial are also really fucking cool. Like Doru Greymon and Dexdoru Greymon both.
Yeah.
Just being huge bat dragons.
Yeah, that's a really
They
cool
pull off
aspect.
really well.
You know, I always talk about my favorites being dragon type because that's as obvious, like fucking normal shit people like. But I also like machine very much, and dark. I'm very edgelord with my interests.
Yeah, but they went hard on some of these dark Digimon. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, these dark Digimon hit so good. It's a really, like, oh man, I can talk about dark Digimon all day, but they have their obvious weaknesses, which are holy vaccine Digimon like Angemon and Angewomon,
and Holy Angemon and every other Angemon.
yeah, everything.
Angemon.
Any angel Digimon fucks my shit up. It's terrible. When it comes to my Digimon party, I try to avoid stacking on similar body types just for aesthetics. If there's one furry in the team, others should take different form. Single feral, single anthro, single plant. Okay, so you got like your own little system. Fair. That's cool. You have like a variety, right?
Okay, but favorite plant Digimon? Oh man, that's rough.
Rosemon.
I don't know, like Rosemon Burst Mode is pretty great.
Red Vegemon is mine. Just because memes.
Where are you from, homie?
Where are you from? Yeah. Where you from, homie? And he immediately starts slapping your shit, dude. You don't give a shit, bro. He just goes.
I don't know. Hydramon is pretty fucking cool because it like combines all the best of like plant Digimon being like all vines and the means Flytrap, but it's also a big ass dragon.
That's one of my favorites for sure. Plant out of all the plants, it's because I'm a big dragon type guy, but like I don't know, like when you make a Venus Flytrap a dragon, like all right, that's cool. That's cool as fuck. I can't deny that. Plants are my plants are my least favorite Digimon type, I think.
You see, I say that, right? That plants are my least favorite. But then I look, and we've got, like, Shurimon, we've got Agitarmon, Bloom Lordmon, Hydramon, Bancho Lilymon, and, like, there are just so many good plant Digimon, too.
Yeah, it sucks. The problem with it is because me, like, I think insectoids get so much less love, and they're part of that plant vibe, you know? And I wish
we need more insectoid Digimon.
Like we have really cool ones already, right? Like Grandis Kuaga, fucking Bancho, Stingmon. But the thing is, we don't have too many of them, and I really wish there was more because insectoids, unlike Pokemon, the insectoid Digimon are really cool. I don't think any of the Pokemon. Well, there's a couple I like, but they're not in the echelon of Digimon, Bugmon. I don't know. Fuck, I can't talk. Digimon bugs. Okay. Like think about. Let's see. Stingmon versus a fucking like Butterfree. What is it? You know, They're
Or
both
yeah, like what is it? Kabuterimon versus what the heck was it called from the second game?
Heracross.
Heracross.
Yeah, Kabuteri
Like
versus Heracross is an
they,
obvious
they, they
difference.
just they kind of look like they're both based off of like Beetle, but oh my god, just Kawagamon and
Is Heracross a single stage, right? Heracross is a single stage.
yeah.
So Kabuterimon being a multiple stage already trumps it because it goes from Kunamon to Kabuteri to Akua Kabuteri, right? Or what is it?
Alter.
No, it's like is it Akabuteri? I forgot it was
For Kawagamon, yeah, it goes Kunamon and or Tentomon to Kawagamon to Akuamon
Akuamon, that's the one.
to
Grand Kuaga.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just they evolve more and they look cooler as they go. And bug Pokemon, tell me, without like without.
But even just looking at like Weedle versus Kunamon, right? Like they're both literally based off of the same thing, like a horned caterpillar.
Yeah.
Or Kunamon doesn't even have a horn; it says lightning stripes on it. But it looks so much better.
See, like
Kunamon wins.
Pokemon never had me attached to bug Pokemon ever since Scizor. Scizor was the best last bug Pokemon they ever had in Gen 2. That was the last one I ever gave a shit about. You know? But with Digimon, I care about Bloom Lordmon, and he came out way late. Wait, Bloom Lordmon is actually not. Never mind, hold on. It's like
So he's like a plant, but he just works so perfectly as like a Jewel Beamon, Stingmon, Wormmon, like end cap.
he's a good
Where
humanoid.
He's a good humanoid plant that also works from bug because, like you said, plug and plant are intrinsically linked.
Blug, bro. Dude, I agree with you because, like you said, like man, like you could go two different ways with it, right? Like you could go the eviler, like animalistic bug, but you could also go the humanoid, like like super honorable, like warrior bug.
And then they even have, if you want to be like a steel bug but still full on bug, you got Hercules Kabuterimon. Like literally, bug Digimon don't miss.
Yeah, insectoids, they're pretty top tier. They're in my, if I really think about it, dragon type's my favorite. The Dramon, if you want to get technical, and then machine would be my second, but third might be insectoid because they're so diverse, but they're so minimal too because there's not many of them. They're like one of the least expanded Digimon.
And then even then, a lot of like the insectoid Digimon kind of also borrow like tropes and design philosophies from the other types, where you have like Kokuamon and Dino Beamon, where they're definitely bugs first, but they're not full bugs. Where Kokuamon is a bug that's made of metal, or Blade Kawagamon is a bug that's literally just a metal sword. Where a lot of the times Digimon doesn't just go full out and make, here's a bug that's just a bug. And I wish they would, because every single just full on bug Digimon, 10 out of 10 design.
Oh yeah, definitely agree. Insect Digimon were amazing. Stingmon has such a great line. Dino Beamon being one of them. Draco loves Dino Beamon. Like you said, Dino Beamon's like a really interesting Digivolution to me because it does embody bug first versus dragon second, but I don't feel like they did it in a way where it combined well.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Dino Beamon, of every single Jagras Digimon we've got, right? Dino Beamon feels most like it was designed to sell toys first, then be a good design second, while still, being a solid design.
I can see that. I like how they added more DNA from Stingmon than Paleodramon. Yeah, I think that was a point for sure. Like to be more buggy than Dragon.
I mean, yeah, no, absolutely. Because if you look to bring up Jagras, I know you talked about it a little earlier, but so Paleodramon becoming Imperial Dramon Dragon mode, and then Imperial Dramon Fighter mode is, if you look at the body shapes and how they look, it's exactly the same as Dino Beamon becoming Grand Kawagamon and Grandest Kawagamon. Grandest Kawagamon has the exact same silhouette as Fighter mode, and Grand Kawagamon has the exact same silhouette as Imperial Dramon Dragon mode, except, one's more dragon and one's more bug.
I never thought about that. You're right.
It's one of the coolest things, and I love it so much.
I never thought about that, dude. You blew my mind. No, seriously, bro. You blew my fucking mind, bro. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I started thinking about silhouettes. I was like, holy shit, it's right. He definitely looks like... Holy shit, dude. Thanks for that revelation.
It just goes to show how much thought Digimon has put into all their designs. And I love it so. Well, not all their designs. Sometimes you get Digimon like Surfmon.
Yeah.
Walking shark on the surfboard.
Yeah.
But 99% of the time they hit.
Sweaty Sock says, Cherrymon design goes hard. I know that Evil Tree will mess me up if I don't knock him out first. Memorable first impression. All right,
but do you think Cherrymon got better or worse after Digimon World 1?
Dude, Cherrymon got better after fucking Digimon World the game.
Oh my god, it's World 1 design. Oh my god.
Dude, he looked like a crackhead, bro. Dude, I swear to God, you guys, if you guys haven't played World 1, Cherrymon looks so different for what he looks in the anime. He looks like a crackhead. He's a crackhead incarnate. But anyway, yeah, Cherrymon. His design goes hard because he looks like fucking Mario. That's how I feel. He's a mustachioed fucking dude. But I never gave a shit about him. Because he was, like, as I said, I don't like plant Digimon. They're my least favorite. And I didn't like that. So I was like, whatever, he's a plant tree.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I never really liked his design, right? Until I found out that he digivolved into Puppetmon. And then suddenly it was like, a tree that gets bigger and bigger from like Woodmon to Cherrymon. Just for you to chop it down and shape it into an evil Pinocchio puppet. Then I was like, oh, damn, that goes hard. I love the design as like a pre-Puppetmon as a kid. That really stuck with me.
Okay, no, I didn't think of it that way. Now you're changing my mind a little bit. So yeah, I didn't think of that. That is a cool aspect of that because I know he can digivolve into Puppetmon because they're basically the same wood and plant. But I didn't think of it in that sense of evolution and like somebody else like fucking with their form. Because mostly in Pokemon, like I mentioned before, it's the Darwinism aspect where you're evolving based on time, the time you're living, and you're just like expanding your repertoire of living, I guess. But yeah, like that's a good thing to bring up because Cherrymon does go into Puppetmon, and it's just essentially chopping down a tree into a puppet, and it's like concentrating that energy of the puppet into one smaller thing, which makes him stronger. That blew my mind.
If you want to get real specific, my head canon is that the original Puppetmon was a Cherrymon that got cut down by Boltmon. Because what other Digimon carries around a giant axe that's also a mega level Digimon, but the Frankenstein Digimon Boltmon.
But did Boltmon exist before season 2?
I have no idea. Could not tell you. That was just my headcanon, like as a kid when I found out that Cherrymon became Puppetmon.
But it makes sense though anyway, right?
There is a theory that once a Digimon digivolves into a form for the first time, that data is then like spread across the multiverse, unlocking that digivolution for all Digimon of that type. And I think that's kind of cool.
Wait.
So like, when Agumon existed, right? He only really his main Digivolve Tyrannomon, but then Ty's Agumon, he digivolved it into Greymon, and then poof, every single Agumon across the multiverse then unlocked the ability to digivolve into Greymon instead.
I don't know. It feels a little interesting, but I don't know. I don't feel like I can get behind that.
Dang, we're gonna have an argument here.
All right, provide your rebuttal.
Why did we never see? I got nothing. I just have a theory. I don't really have to be defensive.
Oh man, no, it's all good. Theories are interesting, I will say. Interesting theories are always welcome. I don't know if I have any theories myself of Digimon, to be honest. I haven't really thought about too hard about what could, like what encompasses the Digimon world and why Digimon exists and all that. I know there's explanations, but I know you can go further with it.
And it changes like based on the universe. Like some always existed alongside humans, some were created by humans, some were like humans advanced in technology allowed them to tap into a digital world and influence it in such a way as to create Digimon, but the digital world itself was always there. And just so many different theories just presented in the different games and animes that are so interesting.
Yeah. My personal favorite theory is, oh shit, we're getting rated.
Origins of the digital world.
Origins.
Change from like game to anime to manga.
Okay. So my favorite theory is basically Tamers. Tamers, they created the program in the 80s and it evolved beyond their expectations. That's how I see Digimon. It's just like a fun thing they created in the beginning and then it just evolved to further beyond their expectations, and now somehow kids are the ones that are able to like interact with the world more so than adults, which I guess makes sense because kids have that vast imagination and endless, kind of vigor to keep, I don't know, I can't explain it, but they have that aspect of them where they can just be part of the digital world very easily.
Yeah, I mean that's I think that might be my favorite, but I also gotta respect Digimon Survive. Mild spoilers ahead for Digimon Survive for anyone who's not played it, but the fact that in Digimon Survive the digital world is really not digital at all.
It is not.
I think that was a really cool twist.
It is definitely not a digital world. It's like a spiritual.
Yeah, it's just completely spiritual in every sense, without any sense of like electronics or computers to it at all.
Yeah, it's very yokai.
And I thought that was a really cool twist that I did not see.
Yeah, Digimon Survive kind of pushes everything on its head because it's its own thing, but its story contained is really nice, and if you like the story of Digimon World in 1 and 2, or Digimon Season 1 and 2 rather, you would enjoy this story because not only does it's a good story, but it's also growing up with you because it's been like 20 plus years since you've watched the first series, and this one definitely evolves with you in tone and whatnot. Much love.
I mean, I also gotta say, the Digimon World 1, or not Digimon World 1, sorry, the Digimon Season 1, the movie, where it showed that the human world, the digital world, and the internet itself were all just kind of like one aspect, and they were all really the same thing, just with like a small barrier between them. I thought that was a really cool addition.
Wait, what season?
Season 1, with the movie where the Digimon were in the digital world, but then like super easily they were just able to get into the internet itself. And it really didn't explain how. And then later on in the movie, just Ty and Matt are like, actually, you know what? We're gonna go to the internet too. And just all three, the real world, the internet, and the digital world, all being like one aspect with like a really thin barrier separating them. It was like a really cool idea.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I like that idea too. It never, yeah, like you said, like before we knew about all the details of Digimon, Digimon Adventure 1 and 2 were basically like, I don't know, it's like a testing grounds, right? And none of the stuff we know now as Digimon fans can be like compared back to the original series because it's so different now. But it's still a really cool aspect of Digimon. Like everything is valid.
I agree.
Everything is valid, basically, right? Any form you see of Digimon is basically the right form for you.
And yeah, it's the way that Digimon has handled its multiverse so well, where everything is canon because of the multiverse, while also not feeling like it's an asshole when certain things happen in different parts of the franchise, where everything makes sense. I love that so much.
Yeah, the separated stories too, like it brings more life into it. Like you could be like you could fixate on different stories on Digimon and just be like, that's my jam, and that's all that matters, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, but then you have characters like Mirai who just kind of like, yep, they're separate stories, sure, but also it's one shared multiverse, and I'm going to show up in 3 different games, 3 different roles.
Mide is my waifu.
You're not going to question it.
Listen, Mide is my waifu. Don't talk shit about Mide.
No, no, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying it in like a fantastic way.
I don't believe you, and I'm just kidding. Sorry,
again, the way where the multiverse works in Digimon, where there's a human multiverse and there's a Digimon multiverse, and they're not necessarily connected, right? Because the way the Digimon universe works is on servers. So you can have humans that can enter different servers of the digital world, and it doesn't feel conflicting, like Mameo from Digimon World 1 showing up in Next Order, or Mirai from Digimon Redigitized showing up in Cyber Sleuth. It never feels out of place because how they set up their multiverse, where the human have a different multiverse and the Digimon have a different multiverse, and they're not straight lines to each one, is really fucking cool. And how you get shit like Rio from the Wonder Swan Digimon games, of all places, showing up in Digimon Season 3. And again, is it fan service? A little bit, but it's not something you question, like, oh, why is that character there? Because the way they set up their universe is just so perfect.
Yeah, the setup of the universe is definitely a good thing, because like Pokemon, I'm gonna refer back to Pokemon again. They have their own setup, like universe and rules, so like they can't really stray too far from that, right? They can have those gimmicks where little like factors will, like, you know, affect how Pokemon sorry, I was gonna say Digivolve. Pokemon evolve and all that kind of jazz. But with Digimon, yeah, like you said earlier, it's just so many factors, and it's really neat.
And I think it really culminates in. I know a lot of people don't like Cross Wars Season 3. What was it? Digimon, the Tamers Who Left Through Time. But the culmination of that series, I'm not going to say what happens, but let me just tell you, it makes watching the whole thing worth it. So go watch Digimon Cross War Season 3
Do it.
right now.
Do it, even though it sucks.
It sucks for the first, like, what, 37 episodes or something?
37!
And then, like, 38, and then, like, 38 to 45 are just peak Digimon.
30... Sorry, you're not convincing anybody at this.
Okay, they don't suck. It's just not good. But trust me, the last few episodes make watching the whole thing worth it.
I mean, yeah.
Especially if you're a fan of, like, the rest of the Digimon franchise.
Yeah. That's got to be a good indication right there. If you're already a good fan of it, of Digimon, definitely watch it. But if not, just skip it, please.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's, the last, like, 10 episodes were made for Digimon fans. And again, is it fan servicey? I mean, kind of. You get to see one of the characters from one of the seasons do something really stupid. But if you're a fan of the franchise, you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah, dude. Never thought of that in that way. I assume Digital War periodically gets wiped out from the factory settings after each global disaster.
You see, that's the thing. In some of the universes of the digital world, that is exactly what happens. It's just not what happens in every universe. That's what leads to the X Digimon, and it's just Digimon has literally thought of everything as to how to explain everything that happens in their multiverse.
Pretty much. So I gotta ask you, Video. We need to know. What are your favorite Digimon?
Ooh, my favorite Digimon. Okay, well, I've already been over two of them in Gallantmon Crimson mode, which it takes Gallantmon, gives it angel wings, energy construct weapons, and like badass red armor. And it's like, here you go. Which is just fantastic. Like, I love the shield, don't get me wrong, but him having a giant sword and a giant like double spear, pretty fucking cool. I've got a figure of it in my room right now. And Doru Greymon / Dex Doru Greymon, I think are like the pinnacle of Beast Digimon. I know they're like Dramon types also, kind of. But just as Beast Digimon, Bestial Digimon, they look really cool. And then, kind of like a weird choice, but Black Gatomon Uber, the little Gatomon with like the hood and the backpack, just walking around from Ghost Game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say I like any Virus Digimon better than that. It's just such a fun design.
It's like a little backpack cat.
And he's great.
Sweaty says, never thought of it that way. I assumed Digimon was. Oh, he said that. I already mentioned that. Jaco says, second favorite one, maybe. Wait, what is second favorite of what?
Yeah, which one?
I thought you liked the Electmon Purple a lot, though.
I do. Okay, so Electmon Purple is one of my favorite, like, recolors of a Digimon because I like the color purple. And Electmon's a great, cute little rookie dude. So I have to say, my Electmon Purple is definitely my favorite rookie. Favorite champion is kind of like a mix between probably Black Gatomon Uber and let me think. Honestly, maybe a Goonimon. I really like that design. Like it's one of the best human type Digimon have looked. Where it definitely still feels like a Digimon while still being humanoid. And I especially love how by the end of the series, the Goonimon's just a full Digimon, no human involved, but again, a human in armor, the long Super Saiyan 3 hair. The fact that it was 100% designed to be, what if a human combined with a Digimon, combined with a Power Ranger, like, or Super Sentai or whatever, Kamen Rider, whatever you want to call it. Great design. Ultimate is Doru Greymon and Dex Doru Greymon. And I'm trying to think what other Ultimates I really like. I have to look at them all on the list. But the Ultimate 100% is Crimson Gallantmon. I know it's technically an Ultra, not a Mega, but whatever.
Yeah.
But Victory Greymon is a close second. Because again, a really knightly War Greymon with a big ass sword. It literally just takes everything that makes War Greymon good, makes it slightly better, and gives it a sword. Like, you can't beat that.
Yeah, Draco says I really like the Kaiser Greymon, Victory, and OG Greymon. Kaiser had a Sonic sword gun. Alphamon is sexy as fuck too.
Oh, and Shine Greymon Burst Mode. Oh fuck, that's good too.
I gotta agree with Alphamon being sexy. I gotta agree with that. He probably don't know what I mean, but I get it.
Oh, Alphamon's real sexy.
Man, Alphamon. All right, we gotta talk about a little more about the Royal Knights now. Let's talk about them. All right, Royal Knights. We got the main Kahuna, Omnimon, and we got the secret second Kahuna, Alphamon. And it's an interesting dynamic they have because Omnimon is technically the leader, right? But Alphamon comes through when Extreme Strife comes along, and they have to have that like upper echelon of leader, right?
Yeah, I do think that's really cool that they have Alphamon. He's the voice of Royal Knights, but actually, it was really Alphamon the whole time in the secret shadows.
Oddity says Mommymon.
Oh, so you mean Arukennymon's human?
No, he means Ophanimon.
Oh, he means Lilithmon X Antibot.
No, Lilithmon X Anybody's mine. Listen, no one can have Lilithmon X Anybody except for Hazard. Hazard has claim, but I'm a secondary claim. I don't give a shit.
Alright, I'm calling dibs on third claim then.
Third claim. That Alphamon was the leader. Alphamon technically is, but he's the like offhand leader that comes around when it's Extreme Strife. Omnimon,
it's really weird. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, Omnimon is just like the main guy, but Alphamon comes through when shit gets real. And Alphamon is technically a woman in Cyber Sleuth, but you can I want to say genre.
Digimon don't have genders according to season 3's Renamon.
Yeah, Digimon don't have genders, but you can give them a gender if whatever feels comfortable to you. It doesn't matter, whatever you feel. You know, you can make a Renamon a boy or a girl. It don't matter whatever you want to do.
In fact, Renamon has been portrayed as masculine and feminine before, huh? In Tamers, and then in Ghost, or not Ghost Game, Survive.
I'm about to bust.
More so in Digimon World Next Order, because they had the
Next Order too, yeah.
They had the like very manly version of them. Alphamon can change any costume. Yeah, exactly.
See the Alpha Inforce and the Omega Force.
Yeah.
And then O-Force Vidramon with his Future Force, and then Duffmon with his I can turn into a cat. They all have equal mega powers.
Equal mega powers, dude. Equal cat. Everything. What were we on about again?
About how the Alpha Force can change any outcome. The Omega Force can negate stuff. I forget how it works. And the Future Force can literally pull all the future potential of the Digimon into itself to power itself up. And Duffmon's like, yeah, but I can turn into a cat and run really fast. And they're all equally strong.
Oh yeah, they got all their aspects, and they all happen to be equally strong for some reason. Yeah, I gotta drink more goods. Hold on, but drink responsibly, guys. Don't follow my example.
So what I say and not what I do.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. Don't do it.
Monkey see, monkey don't do.
Yeah,
Monkey
exactly.
go home and play Digimon games instead.
Monkey go
watch Digimon season 1 through 3.
Monkey go home, play Digimon.
Speaking of monkeys, what's your favorite monkey type?
I can't breathe. Monkey, go home. Monkey, pay attention. Oh. I am dead, dude.
Monkey.
Monkey? What? Hold on. My tummy hurts. Monkey, go home. Monkey, play Digimon.
At this point, I'd like to ask chat, what's everyone's favorite Digimon?
Yeah, guys. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Digimon? Yeah. What's your favorite Digimon game and anime, guys? Let us know in the comments or in this chat right now. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe how hard that hit me, dude. It just made so much sense that it hurt. Oh man. That was a great laugh. Alright, let's see what's in our
Oh,
list.
by the way, to answer your question, yes, I am a fan of Digimon.
It's the best. Alright, Vidya. You ready?
I'm ready.
What are your favorite Digimon types and attributes?
Oh god, I'm not ready. You see, I guess it would be Virus. Because again, Violet Elecmon, Black Gothmon Uber, Dexter Wu Greymon, / even maybe Dora Greymon, I don't know if it's Virus. And even Gallantmon Crimson Mode, I think they are all Virus, right? If they're not Virus, they're like dark types of other Digimon. Except for Gallantmon Crimson Mode, who I think is just Virus all the way through.
There are at least vaccine or virus and data for sure. I don't know, man.
And even shit like what's it? Not Golfmon, the goat dude that turns into Golfmon, or Beelzemon, and or the dude with the Tommy guns that I can't think of right now. Tommy gun Digimon. Help me out here, Google.
Tommy gun?
Yeah, the one with the Tommy gun. Astamon. Like, I just think like Virus Digimon all are just really fucking cool.
I feel the same way, brother. I am a very virus Digimon adjacent person.
And like it's not even just because Virus is evil, which is edgy. Because Virus isn't always evil, as seen by like Gallantmon and Crimson Gallantmon, where they're virus types, but they're still, the good guys. It's just I feel like Virus has a really solid through line of design philosophy.
Yeah, Data has a lot of like darker types, but it's because they can get rid of the virus.
Ooh, Omnimon Zwart and Zwart Defeat. Ooh.
I
They're
love those
technically
guys.
vaccine, but they're like fallen vaccine. Hell yeah.
Those are the top tier right there.
No. I'm not a Venomon fan. Don't say that. It's not true. So I watched the Adventure reboot subbed because I think the dub wasn't out yet. I liked it because it was like, it showed our war game in the beginning and the stakes were only up from there. The only thing I couldn't get around is why the voice actor for all the Digidestined sounded like kids and they did a really good job. Except Matt, for some reason, sounded like a grown-ass man. Like, I could not get over that. Everyone else was perfectly casted. And Matt's voice actor didn't do a bad job. He just sounded like a 45, 50-year-old man.
Just like
and a cast of kids.
just like Sonic. Just like Sonic, right? Because his newest voice actor is fucking Craig Smith.
Just like Sonic.
It's the same thing. I loved how we finally get to them and all their megas and use their megas.
You see, yeah, I like that. I didn't like how we had to wait until try to see their megas.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes too. Like we got the two main characters, but we never got the rest, and it just pisses me off.
We had confirmed megas for all the adventure Digimon in the video games, where the lines were already established, and yet for some reason they didn't show them in the anime. Season 2 had like the perfect opportunity to like give all of the season 1 Digimon their megas. And
They didn't.
the megas by that time they were established, but they didn't, and I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part because
so I'm glad Try One did it.
Because like you would think Adventure 2 would have done that, but they didn't, and it just makes you wonder why. It pisses me off.
You know what else pisses me off is I guess it's not really spoilers for Digimon Adventure 2 the beginning, because it's what's not in the movie. But Shakomon and Sylphimon have both further digivolved in the games and like in the Digimon franchise into Valkyriemon and Clavis Angemon / Shout Angemon / Bakemon. And in the movie where they brought back the Digimon, they still only have Pyogemon digivolve to Mega and not have the other two also digivolve to Mega, despite the fact that they have Mega forms available.
It's disappointing beyond belief. I agree with you.
It really is.
It's the worst because you know they have that capability, and
they're so good. Valkyriemon is such a fucking good design.
Oh yeah, dude, it's
while
great.
I love Shakomon, seeing it turned into either like a big angel or like a metal bladed angel, both are like perfect through lines for it.
Oh man,
and they don't use either of them.
They don't. Man, it's just a sad thing, man. It's just another case of Bandai misusing the franchise sometimes.
Yeah.
They like I know Bandai has their bigger IPs. This is another conversation entirely because Bandai doesn't treat Digimon as much as with the respect it deserves. But like Bandai is a huge like factor in all this because for Digimon to be successful, we need Bandai to in hand also make Digimon successful. But they don't do it. They just allow it to stay in the background entirely. And they don't expand upon very much. They don't have to rely on us, but it's just up to us in general to come up with better and cooler lore to keep us satiated in a way, right?
And I would like to add that you say they don't have to depend on us, but at the same time, half of the best Digimon games of all time were never released in America and depended on their fans to make English translations. So they kind of actually absolutely depend on us to like keep spreading the word of Digimon instead of doing it themselves when they should be. Okay,
I'll give you that. But at the same time, if they knew that, they should have just fucking like if they knew that the American Festival I'll push this for us, they should have just done it to begin with.
They should have. I don't know why they didn't.
But I get it. It's just they definitely tried, but they did it in a stupid way, where they didn't let the franchise speak for itself. They had to like go to other trends to like try to figure out, how to reach more people, like Pokemon. You know what I mean? They had to go more of a Pokemon route for a while, but they decided to drop it eventually. They were going Pokemon route for a good while, like 2002 to 2008 or whatever. Like they were trying that, and it just didn't seem to work too well. I mean, as much as it was cool, I enjoyed my time with those Pokemon like Digimon games, but they just didn't have their own identity anymore. But as much as, like I said, I enjoyed them, but they didn't have that identity anymore as a Digimon game.
And no, they didn't. It basically was, what if we took like all the popular monster raising games like Pokemon and what was the dinosaur one? Fossil Fighters, and combine them into a different game and then put a Digimon skin on top of it. And they were fun, don't get me wrong. But when Digimon decided, you know what, actually, we're Digimon. We're not Pokemon. We're not Fossil Fighters. We're not Yokai Watch. We are Digimon. And they went and pushed with that, with Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory, and Survive. They made really good games, and I wish they would continue doing that.
Oh, man, it makes me sad that they don't feel confident. I mean, it doesn't seem like they feel confident. I don't know the true story, but they don't seem like they feel confident in their ability to make a good Digimon game that'll resonate with many people. Because, like, I mean, they made some good shit, like you said, like Survive and stuff like that. But not everybody's gonna be into that. He's talking about Digimon Reboot, I think.
Oh, Digimon Adventure 2020 or Digimon Last Evolution Kizuna. If you grew up watching Digimon Adventure 1 and you feel like crying a little bit, go watch Last Evolution Kizuna.
I haven't watched it yet.
Alright, when you watch it, Travis, just a warning, bring some tissues.
Fuck, dude, I'm not ready, dude. I love Digimon and I'm not ready.
Alright, well, if it makes you feel any better, they have straight up said that the what's it called? The epilogue to Digimon Adventure 2 might not actually be canon anymore. So everything that happened in Last Evolution Kizuna is 100% canon. If that makes you cry anymore.
It sounds like it's gonna make me cry a lot more than I did. Would probably.
Oh, it is.
Sorry, I can't talk. Drunkenness.
Watch Kizuna, you will cry. That is what I'm saying.
Oh man.
And it's all canon, even if it goes against Adventure 2's epilogue, because Adventure 2's epilogue might not be canon anymore.
Right.
You heard it here first, folks. Go to the Discord, Travis' Discord, and we're gonna have a watch party for Last Evolution Kizuna, and we're all gonna cry manly tears. Or womanly tears, like men and women that we are.
Maybe. We will see how the time comes to be. Man. So, let me double check. I can still read. Don't worry. Don't fuck with me. I can still read fine. What other Digimon media do you like?
Oh, that's a good question. What other Digimon media do you like?
I like the card game quite a bit. That's what I know.
The card game is really good.
We could talk about the card game right now, to be honest.
Alright, well, first off, if we're going to bring up the card game, the DCGO, if you're into Digimon and you want to get started in the card game, get that right now. It's an online, platform, I guess, to play the Digimon card game. Really fucking cool.
Very good.
But I think I have a few thousand. I just kind of like collecting them because the art is really good on them.
Digimon art is top tier in the Digimon, or in the card space, rather, just like in general, the card space. Digimon cards are really nice. They have so much love and effort put into them. There's so many good art pieces. Like, I can't even explain it because you have to be there. You have to be fucking involved to understand this, which is not something I expect from everybody, to be honest. But if you do get really deep into the Digimon, the card game, oh man, you're gonna love the artwork. It's so good.
It's just that the artwork is both like clean and elegant and really good drawings and art. of some of these Digimon as like their own thing, but then also you look at some of the cards and you're like, oh my god, wait, this is an alternate camera angle of a scene that I watched happen in Digimon World Redigitized, the code. I can't believe that they brought that scene back in the card game as a card. Or, oh my god, Agumon hasn't evolved into this Digimon since the Digimon Adventure game for the PSP, where he fought against this Digimon, and this Digimon was like, oh my god, an Agumon. And now you see Agumon Digivolve into it. Like, it's just, the card game goes ham, and like pulling up the depths of the lore from the Digimon franchise.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so good, dude. If you want to get into a card game and you haven't already, Digimon's a good one to start with. It's cheap. It's not like terrible cheap. It's cheap enough where you can get into it and not have to worry too much about finances, like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon, which cost tons of money, you know. So I think Digimon's a good first card game. I use it as my first like real card game since Yu-Gi-Oh. Also, Sweaty Socks says, I mean, weren't Digimon games just all over the place with the games genres throughout series history? I say every single oddball game is Bandai testing the waters, and they could return back to them now if they have an experience and possibly in a banger Digimon Rumble this time. Sorry, Maynard, I got a hiccup. Oh no, you're good. You're good. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's just like you have to have the audience too, right? That's a big thing. You need to have the audience, which we probably have, to be honest, because like we're a quiet audience. We're not a extremely outspoken audience of Digimon fans. We enjoy Digimon in its little bubble, and we are accepting of that. But it would be nice if Digimon could break that bubble and reach more people. I do wholeheartedly agree with it. And if Digimon were to add genres all throughout history, like you say, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because I enjoy some of those oddball games, right? Like the beat 'em up, like we said, Digimon World 4. A really fun game to play with friends. And like Digimon World 2, which is like a dungeon crawler and super different from what we're used to, with the like turn-based combat and raising Digimon from like babies up until megas, where they have like, you know, you gotta do shit to them to make them raise right. So I get it. I want more. I want more fucking like aspects of Digimon we can explore. I would love that.
Like, that's the thing. Even if some of the games like Digimon Racing or Digimon Battle Spirit weren't well received, I just wish that they would try again. Because when they did make really out there games like Digimon Dungeon Crawler and Digimon World 2, or again, even back in the day, again, when we look back on Digimon World 3 now, we look at it as, you know, a great solid game. Of course, Digimon would work as a JRPG, but they didn't know that back then. Back then, Digimon World 3 was like a leap of faith, where they had to. What if we made Digimon, but instead of a VPET, instead of a dungeon crawler, it was a JRPG, and it worked. And from there, we got the whole entirety of the Digimon story franchise. I wish they would realize that some of the other games that they made back in the day, like Rumble Arena, like Digimon World 2 with the dungeon crawler, like the beat 'em up that was Digimon World 4, or even like the Wonder Swan games, that there was an audience for them, and that if they release them today, but with, you know, modern quality of life updates, that there is an audience for those games waiting for them to be released.
I agree. I need that to happen.
Me too.
That is one of my most like wanted things for Digimon. I want that to happen. to have more variety too is also a good thing. Like, I know what works. It's a good thing. Like, I love that. I want what works to be more prevalent in Digimon, but they haven't done that too much. But I would also like some like intricate and interesting ideas that normally aren't in Monster Tamers, Monster Collector games to appear in Digimon. Like, one of my favorite things about Digimon in like some of the newer games that have come out, like Cyber Sleuth and Hackish Memory, is being able to like get more information from Digimon the more you face them, and then being able to Digivolve to that once you get enough information. I like that idea very much.
Like, we need this next story game, sure, but we also need more Digimon games. They can't just go radio silence for years on the promise of a game, release one game, and then go radio silence again for like 4 or 5 years. It just doesn't work. It's not a sustainable business model.
Yeah, I think they should definitely like update us more often. But it sucks because like Digimon in general is not on the top of anybody's list for like must-have like franchises to go forward with. And I don't like that that's the case, but you know, it's truly the case because, like I said, most people don't care about Digimon. It's a very niche thing, so they don't feel the need to go harder on that series than they should, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's why I'm so excited for this Digimon story game, where not only is it not going to be a remake, it's not going to be starring the Royal Knights, it'll be starring the Olympus 12, which we've really only seen 2 of them before in Digimon World Dawn Dusk. They haven't really made like important anime appearances except for in Digimon Season 5. Like, for most of like the layman's Digimon fans, the Olympus 12 means nothing to them. So the fact that we're getting an entire game based around the Olympus 12, really cool. Especially since a Digimon genre of games that we really haven't talked about yet, the mobile games, especially with Digimon Heroes offline, there's really no way to learn about the Olympus 12 except for this Digimon story game, which we absolutely need.
Yeah, the Digimon story game is gonna be one of the biggest games ever released for Digimon, probably. I mean, if you think about it, Digimon Survive was supposed to be that, but it didn't quite hit that because people didn't like tactical RPGs and visual novels. So that didn't quite do as well as they thought they would probably, but I think that Olympus 12 story would do amazingly because like you said, we haven't explored it too much. And that would
I feel like in Digimon we've seen the Royal Knights, also seen the Royal Knights like so many times, and individually we've met a couple of the Olympus 12, but we've never interacted with the Olympus 12 as a group. I'm very excited to see what that's like.
The Olympus 12 is a bunch of bitches.
Damn, I'm gonna tell Jupitermon you said that. You obviously didn't play Digimon Heroes, the mobile card matching mobile game, where you played as the Agiomon who lost his memories and had to go through all the trials of the gods in order to fight Titamon, the enemy of the Olympus 12, to save everybody, but then it got canceled before the story finished. So we have no idea what happens.
That sounds like Digimon to me.
Yeah, Digimon, in my memory, they've had 3 really good mobile games, and all 3 were canceled after just a few years when they had the ability to go way further. Yeah, because there was Digimon Heroes, which was a card match game, and then they had 2 turn-based RPGs in Digimon Lynx and Digimon Re-Arise.
Re-Arise, I wish I took part in because that was like one of the things people talk about all the time was how good that was.
Lynx and Re-Arise, and Heroes. Honestly, and it hurts so much that Bandai has so little faith in their IP in Digimon that they won't even like keep their mobile games up of all things. They cancel development of the mobile games in a couple of years and just end them. Same with the Vital Bracelet. It's just let people enjoy Digimon. I don't know why they're against it.
Cause Bandai's about money, bro. Oh man, I'm trying to hold my breath to get rid of these hiccups, but it's not working.
You should try scaring yourself.
I screamed and then I hiccuped.
Alright, there's Agumon. There's 2006 Agumon. There's Agumon Black. There's 2006 Agumon Black. There's Snow Agumon. There's 2006 Snow Agumon. There's Toy Agumon. There's Clear Agumon, which is Toy Agumon but see-through. There's Shadow Toy Agumon, which is Toy Agumon but see-through but like black. There's Agumon, but he's a student graduate. There's Agumon, but he's a fake student graduate. There's Agumon, but he's a dictator. There's I forget. There's just a bunch of Agumons for no reason.
Dude, Hitler Agumon though.
Yeah, Hitler Agumon. I meant with like dictator, but the fact that there's literally Führer Agumon is so fucking weird. Like what the
Führer.
I used to know like all the different types.
No,
of Agumon, but I can't think of them right now.
Hold on. I gotta stop these hiccups. They don't exist. They don't exist. No hiccups. Nope.
Be right back again.
All right. No worries.
You get rid of those hiccups.
I'm trying. Oh my, fuck! I haven't stopped hiccuping. I'm fucking mad, dude.
What's up?
I hate hiccuping. I hate it. I want to die. Who did that? Audie. No, fuck you, Audie. Alright. Talk about your favorite seasons of the anime. I know you talked about it a little bit, but talk about each season. I need to know what your stance is because I have probably a very different stance from you.
Alright, so season 1, fantastic. Especially with the Digimon, the movie, where it was kind of like a shows what happens directly after. Because I had that as a VHS as a kid. Season 1, amazing. But season 2, Digimon Adventure 02, with the new Digidestin, with Vmon and the Armation, and the Jogress being like a more official thing rather than just a movie. Fantastic. I loved it. Could not get enough. I've watched that season maybe 10 times total growing up. I love it. But Digimon Season 3, Digimon Tamers, with the cards and the Matrix Digivolution and Gallant Crimson Mode, my favorite Digimon of all time. Banger. Absolutely great.
Bangers.
Season. If you want to start with a Digimon, you've never watched it before, Digimon Season 1 is a great place to start. Do you want to watch 1 and 2? If you just want to watch one season of Digimon Tamers, fantastic. But then you get to Digimon Frontier, right? And it's what if Digimon was a Super Sentai show? Fucking fantastic. If you like Digimon, if you like Power Rangers, if you just like shows that have 10 out of 10 openings in English, if it's all three criteria, fucking amazing. I love it so much. I feel like I watch it once every like 4 years. I do a complete rewatch of Digimon Frontier. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think it was probably the most influential to me to like stay a Digimon fan as a kid in my life. It's because Digimon Adventure 1, Adventure 02, and Tamers all felt very similar. Digimon Tamers was, of course, much darker. Digimon 02, the cast was a lot more like, they felt more close-knit than Adventure 1, where they were really separate for a large period of time. And then when they got back together, really, they didn't do much as like a group. Whereas in Adventure 02, due to the nature of the Jagras, it by default just felt like they were more of a like a group. And the fact that they were like mostly, familiar with each other. But Digimon Adventure 4, where it was completely different than every other season before it, and it still felt like Digimon to me. It still was fun to watch. It still was like just amazing fight scenes, amazing music, amazing Digimon designs all around. I was like, yeah, I think Digimon is something that's here to stay. And for Digimon 5, or Season 5, Digimon Savers, Data Squad, whatever you want to call it, I liked it. But also ACAB, so like, I don't know, Digimon Cops? I don't know. Still, again, I didn't really watch through, but a couple years later, when I watched it again, it grew on me. And it's the same with Cross Wars, where the first time I tried to watch it when it was new, didn't really care for it that much because it felt like such a departure from Digimon that I knew. But then a couple years later, when it was fully finished, I went back and rewatched it, and like it immediately grew on me. The story, the characters, the fusion Digivolution versus the Jagras, where you could really see the design influence of each Digimon. It was really cool, and it immediately grew on me.
So season 3, or season 4 rather, is your favorite?
Season 4, it's maybe not my favorite, but it's the most nostalgic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's what cemented Digimon to me as like a franchise that I love, even if it has its problems too.
Right.
An instant, simple solution to the
says
most clingy of all hiccups. Just pretend you're not a Koalaman Trout.
Just pretend I'm not a koala man. Oh fuck! Hold on. Oh man! All right. Hiccups don't exist. No, it didn't work. All right. Fair enough. All right.
I pretend you are a Koalamon then.
All right. I breathe in the water.
That didn't work either.
Oh fuck! Hold on. Fucking, I'm swimming. I'm doing the thing. I'm a squallamon.
Yeah, don't breathe in your lungs. Breathe in your gills.
I'm breathing the gills. I'm. Fuck!
You're about to digivolve into a Waymon. Secret Beach cave right now. Come on.
Please, just fucking listen to me. Stop hiccuping.
Instead of a Sealamon, pretend you're an Edamon. Start singing the Digimon Season 4 English opening.
Oh, my name's Edamon. Oh, I got the thing I do all the time. God damn it, I hiccuped at the last second.
It almost worked.
The overarching story of Digimon, if you're trying to get into Digimon, because it's not worth it. You're trying to keep up with it because it doesn't. It's just not like cohesive, right? I mean, you could learn
anything.
No, go for it.
So, anything you need to know about previous seasons, previous Digimon, previous characters, the franchise will tell you everything you need to know when it shows those characters again. You're not expected to have been watching Digimon for 25 years, for 30 years, playing all the games, watching all the animes. They'll kind of like walk you through everything they bring back, which I think is really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if you ever feel like you want to get into Digimon, don't worry about where you start, other than certain video games. But if you start with the anime, it doesn't matter really too much because everything's segmented. If you wanted to go as pure as you can, you would start from the beginning and then go chronological to the end with how they released each Digimon series. But it's not as important to like, you know, like go about it that way. You can figure out many different ways to appreciate Digimon. It's just a very open-ended franchise you can engulf yourself in. That's what I'm trying to say. God damn, I hate this fucking hiccups, dude. It's picking. I was gonna say picking me up. Pissing. Piss. Piss.
Speaking of, I'll be right back.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta pretend you're an Agumon, right? Pepper breath. Just breathe in real hard and breathe out real hard, shouting pepper breath.
Pepper breath. Nope.
You didn't breathe in first. You gotta breathe in real deep and then breathe out. Doing it.
Pepper breath. Oh, as soon as I said pepper breath, my fucking voice was like.
Damn, that didn't work. Okay. So what's everyone else's favorite Digimon piece of media? Whether it be a video game, an anime season, one of the many Digimon mangas. What do you all like about Digimon?
For me personally, I will say this. I enjoy the video games quite a bit more than I do the anime. So, Hacker's Memory is my juicy details there. Son of a bitch, dude.
You will just be reborn in a Digitalon.
Exactly.
It evolve into a different form than you did before.
See, listen, guys. There's another thing we haven't mentioned. Digivolution is very complex. I mean, we kind of touched upon it, but it's extra complex. We have Digimon that become babies that are round and just heads. They don't have arms or legs. But then when they Digivolve, they get those arms and legs, but take on an aspect of Digivolution in their elements, right? I know we've talked about this in minor detail, but it goes further beyond, extremely further beyond.
And like, it's really cool how it works, because they even showed off in like Digimon Adventure 1, Digimon Adventure, the first anime. One of the main Digimon partners is Gabumon. Now, if you look at Gabumon, you'd be like, oh, that's a beast. He's a beast type Digimon. But actually, no. He's just a big ass lizard that's wearing the fur of a beast type Digimon. And then when it Digivolves, because it's wearing that fur, it takes in the data of the beast type Digimon to become a beast.
Exactly.
And it shows just there that Dramon type Digimon, the lizard type Digimon, don't have to become lizards. They can become foxes, they can become beasts, and it makes perfect sense anyways.
I totally agree with that, because Digimon that are beasts are very more like they're very much like malleable, because beast Digimon can take on the aspect of many other types. You can have a beast Digimon that's fire type, beast Digimon that's wind, beast Digimon that's fire and water. But they still have that primary, like, bestial, like, design to them. I like that a lot. That's one of my favorite things, too.
Shellmon and Waymon are the two biggest, loudest shitters in all of Digimon World.
You heard it here first, folks. He shit himself. He shits loud. Oh, fuck!
So yeah, that leads into stuff like Greymon versus Geo Greymon, where are they both Greymons? Sure. But like, it's the fact that one Agumon can become either one, where they're similar but different. if you absorb the data of the Digimon, letting life cycle, you can end said cycle, and that's how you get stuff like Season 3, Purpleomon. Digivolution in Wild Digimon seems to be more of a permanent thing, but partner Digimon are able to use the strength of human emotion in order to turn into different forms themselves, which is how you get like Dark Digivolutions, or you get like Altered Digivolutions, where the Digimon, where they would normally turn into one thing, due to the aspect of human emotion, you can get Agumon more evolving into Skull Greymon, or you get Greymon, instead of becoming Metal Greymon, it becomes Metal Greymon Alterous mode in order to, tap into that emotion of love and save its partners. It's really cool how, again, Digivolution, while being all over the place, also still feels linear at the same time. And it's just like a really big branching tree. And they do a really good job at that.
I think that's a great thing about Digimon too. Like you said, it's just like so many fucking so much variety, right? Variety is the king. To me personally, as a person, and I'm sure that counts for you too, probably, right?
It does.
So variety is the king. There's not everybody will feel that way, but there's so much variety in Digimon that people who do appreciate variety would have endless fucking content to absorb and, like, straight up just appreciate, like they have so much to appreciate, if that tickles their fancy, rather, right? Like, not everybody's gonna be all about the lore. They just want to have fun, they're just like, all right, I'm gonna just do Digimon because I like the way this looks and it looks fun. They're not caring about the Digivolution process or all the details that equal a big ass Digimon. But it's one of the coolest things about it. You could do whatever you fucking want with it. There's no cap, there's no rules, there's no like barrier, right?
Yeah.
There's no barrier. You can get into it. And whatever you like is valid. Whatever you want to build is valid. Whatever path you wish to take with Digimon is the most valid take ever. I'm not gonna go against whatever I'm not gonna tell you what to do or how to go about it. You just go with whatever feels right. That's the beauty of Digimon, as much as it would also be applicable to Pokemon and other monster chambers. But Digimon has an aspect of it where it goes off in so many directions, right? Like with the way you can Digivolve and how many Digivolutions you can reach. So, like, just go for it, dude. Like, don't even worry about it. Don't even freaking worry about the lore. Just go for whatever you think is cool. There's nothing important about that, really, unless you're getting heavily into Digimon where you gotta talk about everything.
Yeah, it's great that Digimon is, like, at a point in its franchise where there is no real way to gatekeep. Because however you decide to approach the franchise is the right way. Whether it's the card game, the anime, the manga, the different genre of games, you're always going to find and meet people who agree with you that is the best way to enjoy the Digimon franchise. And you're never going to meet people who tell you that you're wrong for doing it that way, because every single way to take in Digimon is valid.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's my feelings exactly. Unless you're a fucking prick and decide, fuck you, you can't get into Digimon. Those are the guys you avoid.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, avoid those guys. If you get people like telling you whatever you want to do, like Vidya, just reiterating what Vidya said, just get into it the way you see fit, and you will get into it and will love it, and all that, all the best parts of getting into a franchise. And I will say there is some bad apples in the franchise, and there will be people who decide to just like come out and say some bullshit to you, but they don't matter. They don't fucking matter, dude. Don't fucking listen to them.
Yeah, when they try and say something to you, you say, in your best Christopher Walken impression, it will be so joyous, all the pain and suffering.
Bro, no. Oh my god, dude. Fuck, you hit a deep cut there, dude. Listen, don't listen to the video.
Look, eventually when you're a big enough Digimon fan, you will understand this, and you will look back and realize that that's the greatest thing you've ever heard.
Bruh. Alright, and I guess bro. All in all, Digimon's a great series, alright? It's amazing. If you enjoy Pokemon, this is one of the main points I gotta make, right? If you enjoy Pokemon, get into it and realize this isn't Pokemon. Because if you start trying to compare, you will have a bad time. You know? Don't compare anything. Just go into it like, oh, this is a monster creature fucking game, you know? Like, what I mean? Like, oh, I just gotta do creature collecting, you know what I mean? Just don't do it. I mean, sorry. Just don't think about it too hard, because if you start thinking about Pokemon with it, it's just gonna be a bad time. It's its own thing. That's the biggest problem I think people have with Digimon, is they keep comparing it, you know, to Pokemon. Would you agree?
I would agree, especially when looking back, Digimon in its purest, most like extracted form, it is literally just some grown-ass Japanese men in the early 90s saying, what if we took Tamagotchi, but for boys? And everything that is Digimon has been extrapolated from that. It is literally just, what if you had a pet, but it was an electronic pet, and it was aimed towards more adventure, more battle, while still keeping those caretaking elements instead of Tamagotchi. And any comparisons to Pokemon, any comparisons to any other, like, you know, shonen, like Metabots, Beyblade, or any of those that, you know, it might have shared, you know, fans back in the late 90s. That really, Digimon has always been its own thing. It's always been about the bond between the humans and the monsters who are their pets and their partners, and how they raise them, and how that influences the monsters themselves. And that'll always be what Digimon stands for.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I will agree on that wholeheartedly. It is definitely something you gotta separate from Pokemon, because, yeah, like I said, like Vidya said, it is its own monster in its entirety, and you gotta figure out, you know, like, you know, what you love about it, what you don't like so much about it, and just, you know, decide from there. But it is a really good series on its own standards. It's not like trying to copy exactly Pokemon like most people think. It's not. It's just not. They both came out at the same exact time, basically. So, like, it's one of those instances where the Digimon and Pokemon franchise were just kind of developing their ideas at the same time, you know? So there's not really a huge comparison. There's some, right? Like we've mentioned, like typings and how Digimon and Pokemon evolve and all that kind of shit, right? But in the end, Digimon is very different and also has its own merit to, you know, be enjoyed versus Pokemon. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think people should try Digimon versus Pokemon in their life and see what they like more.
And then also realize that it's okay to enjoy both, because they are two completely different monsters, so to speak. Digimon and Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Digital monsters and pocket monsters.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're very different beasts, even though they got that similar like capture monster vibe. It's just so different. Like it was said, it's just hard to explain in simple terms. It's like,
really
hey,
is.
it's like, hey, bro, copy my homework, but change some shit to get a good grade. I mean,
Again, that's one of those things where act like that's what. But in reality, they're two completely different things. They just happened to come out at the same time, like you said, and it was just really bad timing by Digimon.
yeah, if Digimon came out like a year or two before Pokemon, it would have been a different story.
But the fact that it just came out like 6-7 months after.
Yeah, it just happened to be a bad timing. And also, they didn't really keep a cohesive like theme every time they did a story for game and anime versus, you know what I mean? They kept going differently every single time, and that's hard to, you know, like for anybody who I don't want it to sound like this is a bad thing, but for anybody who has normal tastes, they don't see that as something that could be, you know, like followed upon. You know, like it's just like, oh, okay, this is a one-off story, and they don't continue watching it, and they're like, all right, whatever, I don't care anymore. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. You're 100% right. It's one of those things where Digimon really feels like it was made for a Japanese audience, where the Western audience kind of, where they're not used to shows and franchises like this. It really just kind of came off differently to us.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a big thing too. Like the dissonance between Japanese and English translations is a big deal, and it definitely does a big part in how our perceptions of the series is.
Yeah, and 4Kids didn't help.
Yeah, 4Kids. Project Conquer says, it's like, hey, bro, I copied my homework, but changed some shit to get a good grade. Nah, it was perfect timing, but two different genres, but cartoon being competitive. Yeah, definitely. I feel that. Sweaty Sock says, yeah, be more like Jaden. So for like the madness of DW, Dawn and Dusk can see if it sticks. See, we got that's a veteran Digimon player. That's great. Oh man, there's a lot of different Digimon media to take part in. But if you're truly excited and ready for this franchise, definitely, I think go for the anime and the games first, and then after that, you could go into like the merchandise and any other like, you know, side paths they might have taken over the years.
Read Digimon V-Tamers 10 out of 10.
Read Digimon V-Tamers?
Read it. The manga, it's so good. And most people skip it. And I don't know why. It's amazing.
I've never read the Digimon manga.
You gotta read all the Digimon manga. Do it all. Read it all.
One of these days. One of these days.
It's what? The V-Tamers. There's the Digimon. Something, I think V-Pet, I forget what it's called. There's Digimon Chronicle, which is kind of good. It was a little weird. There's Digimon, I forget what it was. The one that had Victory Greymon and Zeke. That one was good too. I forget what it's called. But read all of them. They're all very much worth reading. If you like manga, or if you like Digimon, or you want to get into manga, you know? You're kind of interested in Digimon. You want to see what it's about. You're kind of interested in manga. You want to see what reading manga is like. Read the V-Tamers manga. It's really good.
It's also cool because it's not that like I haven't read any of the manga. I'm not gonna lie, but I can tell just by looking at it that it's not as intensive as something like Berserk. You know, like a Berserk manga. You know, like it's easy to get into. It's super easy. And I want people to take solace in that, because people always like from what I can tell, I'm not gonna say that's for everybody, but from what I can tell from everybody I talk to, people feel like they can't get into Digimon because it's too much. And I'm like, no, it's not too much. Please, just, maybe give it a chance with some of these games that aren't as intensive. Like, you can figure some shit out. It's not gonna be that bad. So, I feel people have, like, this preconceived perception that Digimon is extremely more hard to get into and hard to understand. Which, I mean, it's more so than Pokemon, yeah, right, but it's not that bad.
No, it's not.
I hadn't been into Digimon for years and years and years, and I got back into it recently, like 2-3 years ago, and I'm like all fucking gung-ho about it now because it wasn't that bad to get into. It was super easy to understand. As back then, 2-3 years ago, I was a newbie. Well, let me rephrase that. I had been into it before, but I hadn't been into it in years before that. So I technically a newbie to the modern age of Digimon. So I got into it again later in life, and I had a great time. I think it was a really interesting video game experience, and I think if anybody who likes monster tamers enjoys that genre, we should play Digimon, basically.
100% you should.
It's not a must play as a like a video game in general, but it's a must play in the genre, right? And if that's your genre that you like a lot, you should definitely get into it because it's one of the most like well developed like types of mythos. Digimon mythos is very developed. It sounds weird to say that, right? Like calling it a mythos.
Yeah, but it's true. That's right. That's like terminology.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely think about that, you guys. For those of you listening in who are brand new to the series and want to know more, just don't worry about where you start. Whatever feels right to you is okay. All right. As much as we would like to, as people have been into Digimon for a long time, as much as we say go to the first season, you don't always have to. You can figure out, like, all right, let's read about the synopsis of these Digimon anime or games. Read the synopsis, and if it interests you, go for it. That's all I gotta say. Go for it.
And if you want something a little more dark and mature, do the third season. More like lighthearted and comedy oriented season 2. If you really like Power Rangers season 4. If you just want to turn your brain off and watch Digimon for the sake of watching monsters beat up other monsters, watch Ghost Game. Like, they literally have a series out there for everyone. If you're interested in Digimon, I guarantee there is a season of the anime for you that fits your specific taste.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, Ghost Game is one of those monster of the week. Like, if you like Scooby-Doo, it's a good comparison. Trust me.
It really is.
Trust me, it's a good comparison. It's like Scooby-Doo is a Ghost Game, dude. If you like existential crisis, look at Tamers.
And even if you just want like family drama and again, not really dark, but more serious tones while still being lighthearted enough where you're not feeling dread after each episode, watch Savers and watch season 5. Like, it's a really good follow-up to 3 and 4 where it's not quite as dark, but it still deals with some heavy themes.
Oh yeah.
While not being a complete downer about them. Like, it literally, Digimon has everything.
Hell yeah, dude. If you want the anime and shit, it just depends on your taste. Like we said, there's so many different animes you can start with. There's several, but it just in terms of Pokemon, Digimon games. We've talked about it a little bit before, but if you're into turn-based versus raising some like a creature, like a baby, right? You're raising a creature versus turn-based combat versus going through dungeons as a vehicle.
Versus just being a hack and slash game that has.
It's a hack and slashers.
Versus if you watch the Digimon anime and you really liked it and you want to play video games that are based off of the anime. Versus if you just kind of really like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Or if you hate racing games and want to play a really bad racing game.
No, that's not the one. Don't do it. Oh my god. Don't do it, guys. Don't listen to the video. I mean, the Smash Brothers, like, fair enough, but not the racing. Please.
No, Digimon Adventure for the PSP or Digimon Data Squad game for PS2. If you just really like the anime and want to try getting into the video games, those are both basically just based off of the anime. And they both do a fantastic job at letting you play through the anime in video game format.
Yeah. There's a couple games that just essentially follow the same format for sure. That's if you want that, right? But if you're looking for a varied experience, any of the video games that you can think of that are Digimon are very valid. It just depends on your preference. I'm repeating myself here and there, but get into it. I'm begging you. It needs more love. There's more Digimon than there is Pokemon too. Isn't that wild? If you really think about it, Digimon has more Pokemon.
There's almost 1,600 Digimon, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of fucking Digimon, dude. There's, like, if you count every single thing, there's like 3,000 or 4,000. But when you count, like, just without the, like, extra Digimon that are kind of, like, redundant, it's like 1,600, like you mentioned. So people might be turned off by that too as well. Like, oh man, like certain Digimon are just redundant, you know? But you got to think about it this way. You don't always have to go those redundant routes if you feel that way, right? If that's your feelings, don't go the redundant route. You go to another route that might interest you more than what you think is, you know, the Digivolution path you must take. It's not a must. It's like an option. So, yeah, definitely go and like exploring different Digivolution processes, exploring what you like is definitely a good way to go about it. That's how I did it. I didn't know much about the modern day Digimon myself as I got into it again later on in life, and as time went on, I was just like, I was just going for things I liked, right? I was just like, all right, I like this guy, so I'm gonna try to go for him. Or I like this Digimon, I'm gonna go for them. And as time went on, I was like, all right, I've tried all these different Digimon. I didn't know where these Digimon would go, but I want this specific one, and I will go for it. And it's possible, you know. So like, as time goes on, you can just like tailor it to your play style. And you know, just whatever you like in terms of design. You know, like Digimon have all these different designs. You can go for whatever you fucking want. You know, like you can go for just Dragon Digimon, Aqua Digimon, whatever suits your fancy. For me, I like to go Dragon and Machine, so I tend to do that a lot. So, and it's all valid.
I mean, yeah, you can specifically go for Plant Digimon with big hands that like to throw punches. And there was literally an entire subset of Digimon that all are just big-fisted plant Digimon. Like,
it is
literally
true.
whatever specific specifications you have for a design philosophy that you like, Digimon has matched that multiple times.
Yeah. So don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. If you want to if this sounds interesting to you, at least, right? Like, if Pokemon's your main thing and Digimon is something that interests you and you want to kind of get into it, this is a perfect example of how to get into it. You just do what you feel like, and whatever happens, happens. You know, you don't have to go for specific things, and that's the beauty of it. I feel, at least, it's the beauty of it because you get to explore so many Digivolution branches. You get to explore so many Digimon that it's just ridiculous at some point in the playthrough where you're like, oh man, I've seen like 100 Digivolution like concepts for this one rookie Digimon, and it's blowing my mind. You know, like, that's crazy, right? And that's the best part about it, because your mind can be the limit. I love this.
Or as in season 3, your mind is not the limit, but rather your mind is the starting point, and the limit is beyond your wildest imagination.
Wanna be the biggest dreamer. Anyways, guys, Digimon is the... I'm gonna make one more... well, it might be more than one, because I can't stop talking about it, but... Pokemon versus Digimon... I know that people have that attachment more towards Pokemon, and it's a little bit difficult to get into other monster collection series, monster raising series, and it's totally understandable. But you gotta see that how much more potential Digimon has versus Pokemon. Pokemon has more restricting rules. If you think about Pokemon by itself as a franchise, it's not very restrictive. You can pretty much do a lot. But when you think about it versus Digimon, it's a very restrictive series. So think about it this way. Digimon is non-restrictive. You could choose the path you wish to take, whatever suits your fancy. And you could be proud of that and be happy and get through a game that way too. Like, you could get through any game mostly through just choosing which looks cool to you and what you resonate with. So don't feel bad about, like, oh, I need to look at guides to like find out which is the best mon to take me through this game, or like, I'm having trouble on this boss. Let me look at this, this guide to figure out, hey, maybe I should use a different Digimon. There's no shame in that. Definitely do what you can with the resources you have. Digimon games are very hard, very, very fucking difficult. Once you get to the in-game stuff, so definitely use the resources you have. But either way, Digimon are very strong. They can get you through most any situation depending how you raise them.
Yeah, 100%. He's right in that in any game you play, the best Digimon to use will always be the Digimon that you think looks coolest.
Yeah. Definitely. I feel that 100%. If there's restrictions on Pokemon for sure, right? But the freedom of Digimon is the coolest part about it. I'm not saying anything bad about Pokemon because I love that fucking, like, I know Vidya can attest to that. Like, Pokemon's really good. And
I love Pokemon.
we're not trying to, like, talk down on it or convince you otherwise that you shouldn't play that, Play whatever you feel like. But we're just trying to give the comparisons and contrasts to, Pokemon versus Digimon.
Power World is great. It, again, like Digimon, like Pokemon, like Anode Heart, like what's the other monster racing? Like Dragon Quest, the Dragon Quest game where you collect monsters. The monster hunting genre is a really wide, really diverse thing where all the games play differently, and every single one of them, if you like Monster Hunting, Monster Ranger, they're all worth playing. And so to really say that any game, any one of those games is based off of or a rip-off of any of the other games, is really a disservice to every single one of them and to the monster hunting, monster raising, monster collecting genre as a whole. Yeah, Monster Hunters with, what was it, Monster Hunter Stories? Like, every single one of those games, well, again, while you can boil them down to you're a person collecting monsters, battling monsters, fighting with monsters, they all have completely different mechanics, completely different evolutions, completely different tropes and story beats that they go through. And it makes every single one of them worth playing. And that's why, if you haven't played Digimon before, because you think of it as just a Pokemon clone, you definitely have to realize that it's completely different in almost every single way.
So definitely think about it, guys. Think about that Digimon vibe. It is really nice, really cool. If there's some more to it than just Pokemon versus Digimon, there's a lot to it.
Well, yeah, because when it comes to Pokemon, I hate saying it, but my favorite Pokemon type is Rock type. Because you have a Alolan Golem, you have Tyranitar, you have Gigalith, I love all these Rock type Pokemon. And even Crobat was actually just a Pokemon that Brock, the Rock type gym leader, used in the anime. So like he's not a Rock type, but he counts as like a Rock trainer type Pokemon. Where, I can say without a doubt Rock type, my favorite type. But when you look at Digimon, the design philosophy is so varied between each type. And all the different types have just so many Digimon that are 10 out of 10s that I really can't pick.
Yeah, I get you, man. Definitely understand your strife because like you have like Digimon types can encompass 2 or 3 of the Pokemon types, right?
Exactly.
Like machine type being steel and electric, pretty much, right?
But then you also get electric in Bug. You get steel in Bug, and it's like you get steel and Dramon. It's really hard to pick just one.
Oh yeah, it's one of the hardest things, but at the same time, that makes it more interesting, right? You know what I mean? Like you have
absolutely does.
You have so many options to choose. Like, all right, this is gonna be my favorite. This, like, Dramon. This is my favorite Insectoid. This is my favorite machine. So because there's so much variety within everything. You don't have like Pokemon. You definitely have your choices, and they stick that way. But with Digimon, it can be so many different choices. More so. All right, what about your favorite Digimon music?
Look to the past as we head towards the future, or for the future, to reclaim the digital world.
All right, I'm done with that. No,
but that's good. And oh my god, Digimon music technically.
Hey,
don't listen to that if you haven't already.
Don't do it. It's the worst.
No, it's the best. Don't listen to him. That's rough because, again, I feel like the one constant that every single Digimon game has had is that the soundtrack goes fucking ham for no reason. It's the one thing that links all Digimon games together is the amazing music.
Digimon music
is in charge of making Digimon music needs a bonus, a raise, and everything in between.
Digimon music is so fucking good, dude. Like, wanna be the biggest dreamer. Fuck. Hold on.
It's so good.
I gotta put on a song for everybody here. I don't give a shit if it gives me copyright. I'm gonna put on "Wanna Be the Biggest Dreamer." All right, let's get it. Oh man, what? Sorry, I can't help it. I love this fucking song. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the homie. Alright, I'm gonna cancel it now before it gets too far. But amazing song. Listen to it. All the Digimon music, great. Oh man. Alright, so we got one more topic I'm gonna talk about before we stop. Son of a bitch.
Let's hear it.
Is your favorite Digivolution of each Digimon. You mentioned it before to me, but I couldn't figure it out completely. But I want to know yours.
So, wait, what do you mean by which my favorite Digivolution?
Well, like your favorite Digivolution of Ricky versus Champ.
Oh, okay. Pass.
Pass.
No, hold on.
How
Let me
dare
see.
you?
So my favorite champion is Blackout Demon Uber. My favorite ultimate is Doru Greymon and Dex Doru Greymon. They're both equally tied in my mind. My favorite Ultra, like level 7, is Gallantmon Crimson Mode. I guess my favorite Mega would be, Victory Greymon.
Victory Greymon, huh?
You know, I'm kind of a sucker for Gumdramon's design. The little human dragon thing, kind of similar to Vmon, but with a hammer for his tail. I really like Kodamon, which is just a little lizard dude in Kendo armor.
I'm surprised you like Kendomon.
I mean, it's because Digimon World 3, let's be honest, he was great in that game. Just following him around.
I never got to use him.
Betamon's pretty fucking cool. A little amphibian thing. But I guess if I really had to pick like my favorite, Violet Electmon. But specifically the Violet Electmon where he's like chewing on the wires all happy. That
Good.
one art of him is what made him my favorite.
Good choice. You know mine. Gamamon.
Yeah, it's Agumon, right? Oh, I mean Gamamon, right?
Yeah, you fucking lost sight of what I was for a second.
I'm just kidding. I know it's Gamamon. He's right there on your stream.
Dude, Gamamon, amazing Digimon. Even though he was part of a not so great series.
Again, I do think that if we ever get a season 2 of Ghost Game, it'll retroactively make season 1 better. Because the Monster of the Week will kind of growing who the characters are and developing their personalities will be a lot better if a second season comes in and shows why they developed their personalities, why they got stronger, what they got stronger for. I think that'll make the first season better just retroactively versus just a Monster of the Week to beat up the next strong guy.
Yeah, it was. I want that to be the case. I really
Me
do.
too.
One day, right? One day.
Alright, but who's your favorite champion, Ultimate, Mega, and Ultra?
All right. Rookie is Gamamon, of course. Champion is probably what's the name of the guy that has a big arm, the yellow body?
The weird Greymon?
Cyclomon?
Cyclomon?
Cyclonemon. It's my probably favorite champion. Favorite ultimate is probably blue version of
Meramon, of course.
a
Blue
metal
Meramon, yes.
a metal. What's his fucking name, dude?
Metal Greymon?
Yeah, Metal Greymon. That's the blue version.
Virus Metal Greymon is pretty cool.
And then ultimate is probably Black Warrior Greymon. And then
What's one step beyond that?
Ultra is Omnimon Zort Defeat.
You know what I like about your favorite Digimon, by the way, is that that as a Digimon line, Gamamon to Cyclomon to Virus Metal Greymon to Black War Greymon to Omnimon Zort Defeat, that feels like a cohesive Digimon line. Where if you were a Digidestined and that was your partner line, I would not question it one bit.
It can be, yeah, definitely. It's definitely hitting down the Virus line versus and also the Dramon line. All right,
It really is. I like that.
that's how I feel about my Digivolution process. It's a good process, I feel. You could go about it any way you want. You could do very much holy Digimon, right? Or you could do evil like I did. Just depends on your type.
And virus isn't always even necessarily evil. Don't forget.
Yeah, there's virus Omnimon. I mean, vaccine Omnimon that are also dark. Like,
But even Dracmon from Ghost Game, or not Ghost Game. Yeah, Dracmon in Ghost Game was evil, but then you go to Dracmon and Digimon Survive, and he's a good guy. So, like, that's another thing is that virus isn't always evil. Vaccine isn't always good. There's a lot of nuance in the Digimon typings that's really cool to look at.
yeah, very much true. Yeah, like vaccine / dark Omnimon is very different compared to like a holy. Well, is Omnimon holy? I don't know, but they are at least vaccine.
I think they're considered like a holy knight. Yeah.
Yeah, holy vaccine versus dark virus. You know, you get ultimate damage on them, but if they have like that vaccine dark type, it's gonna be harder to hit them. Good old Digimans.
Good old Digimans.
I guess that's pretty much. Do you have anything else you want to bring up before we finish? Because I feel like that's a good chunk
Not
of.
that I can think of.
Yeah, I feel like this.
Does anyone else have any Digi questions to Digi ask? Who's Digi Destin?
Digi questions? Did you ask? Did you?
Sorry, I'm thinking about the Digi rap.
Oh man.
Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know this was coming?
I guess Digimon explained in a drunken state. That's definitely
Part 1.
Part 1. I don't know, man. This is gonna be a hard ask to do a part 2 or 3 or whatever. It's pretty much covered most of what Digimon is in the basics. But I hope you enjoyed this in this format. You know, like you guys, I'm pretty sure here all the time. If you're interested in Digimon, you probably already looked up stuff, and it's always like some like informational, serious stuff, which isn't bad. You know, that's good. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, like what we did is just a lot of stupid shit, a lot of dumbass fucking explanation, and it's funny. I think, right? So, I think it's a cool thing. I think you'll enjoy it.
And do you want to see us explain any other of your favorite franchises drunkenly? Let us know which franchise in the comments below.
Exactly, dude. Explain. I need to know. Do you want us to drunkenly explain Mario Brothers or some shit? I don't give a shit. Whatever it is. Fuck. Give us. Let us know. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Whatever. But much love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we're gonna edit this down. Fuck. On YouTube. All right, YouTube. Look out for it. If you guys didn't catch this live, I'm gonna save it, right, as a VOD you can watch, and also something I could put up on YouTube. So look out for that, guys. If you guys want to know where to find my goods, like my ball sack, you can find it over here. I'm just kidding. But fuck, don't look for my ball sack, but look for my content that isn't ball sack related. Which I don't have any ball sack related content, I promise you. I don't know why I even started talking about that. I'm drunk, guys. Don't worry. It's self-explanatory. All right. So look at my YouTube channel. We're gonna have those updated or uploaded at some point.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Look at his YouTube channel. Don't look at his ball content yet. All right, heard.
My ball content. My Digiballs, bro. Fuck. I got fucking straight up Angemon nuts. If you know what that means. I don't know.
They're purely white and covered in feathers and
love you guys so much. Thank you again for Fuck! I can't stop hiccuping, dude. I hate it. Yeah, a hairy situation. Feathers. Yes, a hairy situation. Indeed. Feathers all around.
Honestly, you'd be pretty nuts to find yourself in a situation like that.
Alright, thank you, Vidya, for joining me at this drunken table.
Thank you for having me.
It was a great time. I hope everybody who's watching can get a grasp and onto what Digimon is and be like, all right, I can understand Digimon. Let me do some things here. You know, let's do it. All right. I'm sorry, guys, but much love. Oh man. We'll see you guys later. We'll post this on the, like I said earlier, YouTube. Follow me there. Posting later in life. Later in life means anytime that you exist right now. So don't don't count on it.
And we'll see you, Digidestin, later.
Hell yeah. That's the exit I was looking for.